Welcome to Big Z Sports and Claxon Communication play-by-play action. Be sure to subscribe to Big Z Sports on YouTube, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter @Big_Z Sports. For the best coverage of high school sports, there's only one Big Z Sports.
Welcome into Indian Valley High School as we've got the regional wrestling duels that the Indian Valley Braves are going to be hosting tonight. Or I should say this morning. How many times am I going to screw that up today, I wonder? It will be Indian Valley, New Philadelphia, West Holmes, and Steubenville all doing battle on the mats tonight, as the two winners from each respective duel will go on to face each other, and then whoever wins punches their ticket on to that state duel. Good morning, everybody, and a happy Saturday. Nick McWilliams, Blaze McMorrow, and Shannon Thomas are going to be here for your coverage. You are wrestling for your team, but you're also wrestling for yourself and your individual performance and everything moving forward. And you know just how much pressure is going to be on you to make sure that your team can take the next step.
Yeah, and this is one of those things that I was happy when this got announced. I don't know what it was, 15 plus years ago, whatever it was, because they still hand out the team championships down at the OHSAA individual things. But a lot of schools have solid wrestling teams, but they can't get enough kids down there at state to gain points to place at the state. So this will give these school districts an opportunity to shine as a team. And our first mistake we made already earlier this week is after 15 plus years, whatever, this was called the regionals. For some reason this year, it's now called the districts. So we were all throwing a curveball here the last couple hours. Casey's changing graphics, but either way.
Well, here I am still calling it regional.
but here it is, free wrestling from Big Z Sports.
There you go. That's all that's got to matter there at the end of the day. So we are going to have both mats are going to be running simultaneously, as we do know. And Blaze, for anybody who might not know, kind of explain that. Obviously, you've got two separate dual meets going on here tonight.
Yeah, so we'll have.
Or this morning. Again, I messed it up.
We'll have Indian Valley and New Philly wrestling over on. I think they're wrestling on the blue mat.
Looks like it is going to be the lighter blue mat on your screen.
And then we'll have West Holmes and Steubenville wrestling over on the
left mat on your screen, the red and blue and white.
Yep, and then the winner of that duel will the winner of those duels will then wrestle in what would be the district duel finals, and the winner of that duel will then wrestle down in, I believe it's New Lexington next weekend in the state duels. And then even if you do lose your duel, you're still going to get an extra match. The loser of those duels will wrestle. So everybody's going to get 2 duels, 2 matches, and wrestle. These are all these teams come out of the same district individually. So like we say before, these guys are wrestling today. They may have already wrestled in the past, and there's a good chance they're wrestling in about a month.
So Blaze, explain a little bit to your best knowledge of how they determine which of these teams get to come to the districts, because only 8 teams qualify for the districts in each region, I would still call it. But
yeah,
what kind of
we're going to say that a lot tonight.
So I'm not 100% on their exact point system, but they have a point system set up based off of like returning state placers, returning state qualifiers, returning district placers, district qualifiers. And that's what's tough is like sometimes the incoming freshmen aren't really factored into the point system a lot, but they have a point system that they break it down into points, and then that's how they come up with their seeding, and that's how we came up with this. Years ago, they used to have it like, I want to say like a big old bracket that they would start wrestling weeks ago, and then this would be your final weekend that would determine. But yeah, they have a point system. I'm not 100% on their exact method, but hey, we're gonna have some good duels today, so I'm going to believe in it for today.
They've got all the hard math out of the way for us that we don't have to worry about. So again, it will be Indian Valley who takes on New Philadelphia. We believe that is on the light blue mat, and sure enough it is because we see both teams around that. Then on the left side, on the dark blue with the red circle in the middle with the white circle as well, that will be Steubenville taking on West Holmes. And of course, you know, so much is going to be on the line. It's going to be a long day of wrestling ahead, so stay tuned with us. We're going to be bringing you wall-to-wall action throughout. But we are going to have to take a moment, I do believe, for our national anthem and such. So we're going to go ahead and take our first time out. When we return, we're going to get things underway at 106 pounds. Big Z Sports is back to Janayton after this.
Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what your needs, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
T-County Boxing Academy on East High in New Philadelphia invites anyone serious about boxing to see what they offer and have success just like pro boxer and Yurksville's own Sugar Dre Donovan. T-County Boxing Academy not only offers the area's premier training facility, but also offers the best supplements on the market for peak training to get the most out of your workouts. To see all T-County Boxing Academy has to offer, find T-County Boxing Academy-TCBA on Facebook.
Live more comfortably this winter with the help of Unified Insulation Systems. Unified Insulation Systems is a full-service insulation and weatherization provider that can show you how to properly insulate your home or business. With good insulation from Unified Systems, you can prevent your gutters from freezing and get rid of your high-energy bills. Call Jeremiah Thomas today for your free quote at 330-773-7377 or visit unifiedinsulation.com. Call Unified Insulation Systems today, your most trusted name in insulation. Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janayton Hutton is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics and repairs on gasoline, diesel, and even hybrid and electric vehicles with state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment, including module programming and newly added advanced driver assist system calibrations and repair. Top Notch Auto thrives to be the most up-to-date repair facility in Tuscarawas County. For your regular maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. Search Top Notch Auto LLC online or give them a call at 740-561-4100.
Lute's Body and Paint, located at 7573 Wolf's Crossing Road in Janayton Hutton, is there for you when a never-planned auto collision repair is needed. Lute's Body and Paint performs the auto body and painting services needed to get your vehicle back to looking showroom new in a timely manner at a reasonable price and provides free estimates. Lute's Body and Paint is a proud supporter of the Indian Valley School District and wishes best of luck to the Braves athletes participating in tonight's game.
Welcome back into Janayton Hutton as we've got some wrestling action already underway on your rightmost mat. It will be Indian Valley who's going to pick up a very quick fall at 106 pounds. It is a very quick fall at 106 pounds. Do believe Bronco Braun starting things right off for the Braves.
Yep, that's Bronco Braun there. 6 points for the Braves. They'll take it. And running out to the mat now is Brock Albright for the Braves. And for the Quakers, we got Camden Richardson.
Now, we will throw out there that we do have the weigh-in sheets. We do not have the starters for both of these teams, so we do apologize if we mess up anything. On your leftmost mat, the red circle in the middle, it is Steubenville taking on West Holmes. I would believe it's still at 106 pounds.
Yeah, so it looks like they weighed in 2 kids. I believe this is Frank Guntram for the Big Red, and for West Holmes, we got Wyatt Crabb.
All right, so score over there still 0-0. Over on the rightmost mat again, that's going to be up on your screen. It's going to be Indian Valley at 113 pounds.
Brock Albright for Indian Valley and Camden Richardson for the Quakers here.
And so far, it looks like Albright has gotten out to a 6-0 lead already.
No, that's actually the team
Oh, I'm
score.
sorry.
Yep.
It is the team score. I did not see the score on the bottom. So
I
nothing.
just did
We
the
already
same thing.
yes. So actually, over on our left side, then 2-0 score.
We're having problems with that camera, so it's one camera only right now.
A little bit of technical issue, so we will stay with the Indian Valley duel here on their right. So it'll still be Albright and Richardson.
Albright leads 2-1. Looks like he had a locking hands call. So these guys actually wrestled a couple weeks ago. It was a pretty good match until Albright actually locked the cradle up on top and got the pin.
But as we've mentioned before, too, it's just that extra length that he's got. I mean, very long, lean, 113 pounds.
Yep, and he's working for that cradle right now, kind of barbed wire it up, setting it up. I think he might have it locked up. He's going to look to bump it over here. Nope.
Going to try to pull it away from the boundary. Richardson, that might be his friend right now, is the boundary, but he still gets turned. No back points, though.
Albright still riding tough. Got about 30 seconds to go here in the first period. Albright still riding. They're going to go out of bounds here. They're going to call a stalling call on Albright. I'm assuming based off of how he wrestled the boundary there, but Richardson fires up to his feet. Albright brings him back down to the mat. Got him bellied down. Albright running that cross face. He's got the elbow, and he's got it locked up. He's got him in. Richardson.
All kinds of trouble, but still gets through.
Richardson's going to use the clock here to his advantage. We got, Albright's getting back. He's got him on his back. And he
just misses out on maybe a potential fall there. Still does get the 2 back.
Yep, saved by the bell there. Albright's going to go into the second period leading 4-1.
Over on the left side, it is 2-0 in favor of, I believe, it is going to be Steubenville with the lead. At 106 pounds, minute 30 showing in the second, but now we got potential trouble there for the Steubenville wrestler in.
That's a reversal for
we got to find it.
Wyatt Crabb. It ties the match up at 2.
I'll just go ahead and spoil it for everybody who's watching. We got papers everywhere. This is all new for us. And once again, over on the right mat for Indian Valley, back points again for Albright. He's got Richardson in trouble again.
Yeah, he's got that cradle locked up, and he's trying to run it over.
Richardson holding on to that leg right now for life, and he don't want to let go of it.
And Albright's got him on his back.
Getting turned again. Just trying to get that momentum to kick that leg up over the top, maybe spin over the top of Albright, but it's just not happening.
I think he's going to get his 3 back there. Yep. That's going to give Albright a 9-1 lead. And over here on the left side, we're tied up at 2 still with about 30 seconds to go, but Guntrum's got Crabb in trouble.
He's turned it around. It's Crabb still trying to pull through, still in a dangerous position, as he will be able to fight it off. Guntrum, almost. He was really turned that thing around.
Yeah, I thought he was getting back points there, but.
Over on the right, speaking of back points, Albright again going to look to turn Richardson. He got 1 swipe, but not enough. As over on your left, second period winding down now. Crabb takes a quick look up at the clock, as does Guntrum. And it looks like we're going to go to the final period at 106 between Steubenville and West Holmes. 2-2 still going to be your score.
And when you look at this West Holmes Steubenville duel, this is one of the matches where you kind of have a toss-up. So, man, this is an important match for that duel.
And there's a big move for Richardson as he'll get around to the back of Albright.
Yeah, that's a reversal for Richardson. That's going to make it 9-3. And we got about 15 seconds to go in the second period here.
Now, if you're Albright, your goal here is to just, you can't get a stall call or anything like that, but clearly, one of the things that you definitely want to do here is kind of just fight him off and ride him out, but you got to be very careful. They're not going to let you get away with a whole bunch in this kind of format in terms of trying to stall.
That's the thing. This is we're starting to get into postseason wrestling now, so you'll see your stalling calls hit quicker. They're going to keep it as tight and clean as it gets.
So we are into the third period, minute and a half to go on the left between Crabb and Guntrum, Crabb almost got caught in a real bad way.
Yeah, Guntrum got 2 back there, so he's going to take a 5-2 lead here with about a little under a minute 30 here in the third period.
I did not see on the right, was it Albright's choice for the third? Did he go down?
I think Albright went down. He's leading 9-3. He's 1 point away or 2 points away from bonus points here. So,
which is, I know that's something that every one of these coaching staffs are going to want. You're going to need for this kind of format.
Yeah, that's what these coaches are preaching. Any point you can save, any point you can get, go get it.
Guntram goes to work on Crabb on the left side.
Richardson riding tough. Albright got hit for stalling for laying on his belly, so that's going to be 1 point Richardson. That's going to make it 9-4 Albright lead.
Richardson's had that arm pinned, almost went to walk it around and pull him over. Actually, he's still got the arm.
Yeah, he's got a nice bar in there. He's going to run it. He's going to try to either catch that far side wrist.
And I think, looks like Albright's looking for a little bit of savior there. That is the outside boundary, and he'll get there. Got to watch, though, if you keep going too far out, they'll get you for stalling again.
Over here on the left side, Crabb circling towards the head. He's going to need to, almost in a Peterson position, turning into him. Looks like he's going to get a reversal.
And
he's
Guntram
getting
in trouble, but he does get
Nope.
that far shoulder rotated through.
Guntram's going to have a 5-4 lead right now with under 10 seconds to go. He's just Steubenville coach are just saying, don't
ride
move.
it out. Just ride it out. Just control those wrists, and you're going to get your team a couple points here to start off. So it will be Steubenville who takes the early lead on the left mat. So at 113 pounds now over on the left after Guntram picks up the win. At buck 13, looks like only one wrestler weighed in for West Holmes at that weight. Peyton Martin will be the candidate there for the Knights.
And he's going to wrestle Talia Guntram for Big Red.
Freshman. 18.7 seconds showing over on the right. 9-4. Albright still leads Richardson. He's just trying to ride it out. And I'm pretty sure, Blaze and Shannon, that Albright got nailed again for stalling.
Yeah, and he can give up some stalls right now. It's late and it's 9-4. He just don't want to get put on his back.
Yeah, and Richardson's running it, but I think Albright's going to get saved by the bell here.
He is. I know that they wanted the bonus points, but they're going to take those 3 team points easily with no problem at all.
Yep, and that's going to put the Braves up 9-0 through 113 pounds. And at 120, we're going to have Niall Abiel for the Braves, and for the Quakers, we're going to have Crespo Reyes. This is a match that happened last week.
We're running a couple of these back, and like you said already, Blaze, in an earlier broadcast we had, that's not unusual. And Talia on the other side, Guntram for Steubenville nearly was going to have a turn of Martin, but he was able to keep walking through, as now he looks to put the pressure on the Steubenville wrestler.
Yeah, looked like he was going to run a deep and jerk that half. He's trying to throw the leg over. Talia's got a whizzer in there. He's going to back trip and get a 2-point takedown. Abiel over on the right side got a 2-point takedown.
Are you keeping up yet?
He leads 2-0 with a minute 41 to go in the first.
Talia sprawls on the left for Steubenville. Martin looking to get in that bar and walk over.
Abiel riding tough over here on the right side. Reyes fighting hands.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, the first time those two took on each other, this is kind of the similar way that it started. It was Abiel who got off to an early lead.
Yeah, Abiel jumped up on him quick, and Reyes battled back. I think the final was like 14-4. Mm-hmm. Reyes up to his feet. He's going to escape for a 1-point escape, make it 2-1 Abiel.
Now it's Martin who's getting back points as he turns Guntram. I think he got 2 swipes. Maybe not. And sure enough, he did. Oh,
3 swipes. He got 3 back there. It's going to make it 5-0. Martin over on the left side.
Was an escape by Reyes on the right for New Philly. He'll cut the lead now to 1 in favor of Abiel. On the left, Guntram.
I was going to say kind of hand fighting over here on the blue mat.
There's a stuff of a takedown. Guntram grabs a hold of Martin, but he just powers right through. But she gets the hips down low.
Yeah, it looked like Martin was just going to power through, but when you bring their hips to the party, and he's going to kind of whiz her hip over, and they're going to go out of bounds.
Right idea, just ran out of room.
Yep, there's a 2-point takedown by Abiel. It's going to give him a 4-1 lead going into the end of the first period here. Short time. I think he's looking for a tilt, but I don't think he's going to have the time. Martin with a 5-0 lead over here on the left mat. There's a shot by Guntram. Got the single.
Going to try
Martin
to throw
looked
him
for a broomstick and then funks it over.
Steubenville coaching staff barking out instructions as Guntram kind of caught in no man's land, and
Martin's in position here.
He'll get through.
And he's got that far side leg. Looks like he's in a Turk position. He's going to try to catch that far side shoulder and Turk over here, or he's just going to ride it out.
Well, I'm not sure for West Holmes. I know New Philly and Steubenville, a couple of female wrestlers on their respective rosters, Blaze.
Yeah.
And this is not an easy task for Talia by any means.
No. Talia's a wrestler that she's tough. She's been wrestling for a while now. She's definitely respected in the wrestling circle. As is Martin. He's got a deep bar half, it looks like. He's going to run it over top, and he's got Talia in trouble.
Don't know if he's quite secured the two. I think he did.
I saw him give a swipe. I didn't see how many. He's
doing going for it again. Over on the right, 6-1. Abiel leads over Reyes, trying to turn him.
Little under a minute to go in the second period. Abiel fighting hands.
Guntram's getting turned again. Martin looking to secure that pin. Couple seconds remaining. Just running out of time. Does Martin. He almost had her.
That's going to give Martin a 10-point lead here going to the third period.
Shannon, are you keeping up yet?
I'm trying to keep stats. That way we got something we go back to. But I'm getting caught going back and forth.
I've abandoned trying to do that already.
And then my phone's blowing up. People texting me about stuff that's going on at the wrestling match. And I'm like, you just going to have to watch at home and leave me alone or be here with us.
There you go.
There's a nice mat return by Martin. That's prototypical right there. That's what you ask for.
Still 6-1 on the right. Under 13 seconds showing. I believe Reyes will be bottom, and that was what the final controlling position was. Abiel looks to lock in, and
over here on the left side, Martin's already got the major decision here. This is where West Home coaches are going to be letting them know, hey, we want that tech fall or that pen, so this is where Martin's going to be. He's going to try to be really active on top over the next minute and a half.
Other side of the coin, that's where the Big Red coaching staff is saying, whatever you do, don't get turned. Easier said than done.
Yeah. Abiel's going to go down over here on the right side. Reyes on top. He's got a 6-1 lead here in the third period.
Just as your update, if you're watching from home, on your left side, 113 pounds between West Holmes and Steubenville. Right side, 120 between New Philly and Indian Valley. As I don't think Abiel got that escape all the way.
Reyes returned him down, dropped to a single, returned him down to the mat.
Here goes Martin on your left for West Holmes, trying to go for a turn, but Guntram fights it off.
Reyes is going to drive Abiel out of bounds. They're going to get a restart over here. Martin still riding tough, still looking for that turn. He's running that crossface. Now he's got the bar.
Just 26 seconds showing.
That's what I heard the Steubenville coaches. You got 20 seconds.
Yeah, and it might be a loss for her, but it'll be a big win as far as the team points if she can just keep at the major decision.
Yep, they'll take that 100%.
A lot of fight out of the freshman for Steubenville.
Martin's got her in trouble again. He's getting back points.
And now 6 seconds. Will he be able to go and finish it? 3 seconds. It's close. Not going to quite be able to do it, as it will be the 3 points, though, in favor of Martin. So Guntram is able to fight off a fall situation, but still West Holmes now going to take the team lead over on the left mat.
Yep, and up at 120 pounds, we're going to have Carson Berkey for Steubenville.
I believe we've got two weighed in here. It's either Gabe Olmstead or Ian Daughtry.
I believe it's Olmstead.
Abdul was able to get the escape over here on the right mat. Now he leads 7-1.
I think Indian Valley coaches are going to be preaching get a takedown here, get that 8-point lead to get that extra team point here.
Well, you're going to need it. As I think the team score on the left scoreboard might be a little bit off. Wouldn't be 7-0.
Yeah, I think it should be 4-3, correct, yeah.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind, because there we go. We're getting.
Okay.
They hurt us. That's what it was. That was Abiel going for
position, kind of come through the crotch.
Reyes has him kind of locked in like a leg scissors.
Circle back towards him.
And now he's got him in trouble.
I think he got the 2. No, was getting swipes, but over here on the left mat, Berkey's got
Olmsted is in trouble.
Olmsted in trouble, yeah. He's looking for the fall here.
And he is able to kind of pop those hips up, get the shoulders off the mat temporarily, but Berkey right back on him.
Deep trouble.
Can he secure it? There it is, and that's a big win for Steubenville. Secure that team lead for them right back as Berkey makes quick work of Olmsted.
That's going to make that 9-4. Over here on the right side mat for the Braves, we're going to have Leroy Stagel, and for Philly, we're going to have Brandon Wheeler, a freshman. And there's a shot in there by Stagel, a whizzer in there by Wheeler, and Stagel's going to bring him down to the mat.
Actually, at 126, is it Hector Sente Mejia, though? I believe for
You're right.
Philly.
They weighed in. Yep.
They weighed in 3 different wrestlers at 126. So it will be Sente Mejia.
Yeah, this is another rematch from a couple weeks ago, or last week. I should know that.
Shannon getting a big chuckle over here from us trying to keep track.
Hey, if you was listening last night, listen to me do the high school sports report, I understand.
Over on the left side, we got back points aplenty on both sides, actually, as it was Stagel who nearly had Mejia in a bad way. But also on the left side, another situation here for West Holmes, as it's Toy, or pardon me, no.
Yeah, it's Grady Toy, yep.
Yes, it is Toy at 126 who was able to nearly get Camden Griner down.
Yeah, and Toy's got Griner back on his back, and he's looking for a fall here. This would be a big return for, and he's going to get it.
There it is. Griner will have get his shoulders pinned. Big win for Toy.
Yeah, that's going to make put West Holmes back in front, 10-9.
Back and forth battle they go on the right mat. It's a little bit of a different story as you see Stagel goes down with a. That wasn't even so much of a takedown, Blaze, as he just slammed him straight onto his back.
Muscled him straight to his back, and he's looking for the fall here.
And there he'll get it. Boy, that's another big win for Indian Valley. They're now going to go up 19-0.
That's going to put the Braves up 19-0. And over here on the left side, we got West Holmes leading 10-9 going into the 132-pound match. We're going to have Charlie Abbott for Steubenville.
I believe that's Age Roberts, if I'm
Roberts,
pronouncing the first name right.
For West Holmes.
Now, we will throw out there, too, for West Holmes upcoming here. They do have that 1-point lead as a team. They did not weigh in a 138-pounder.
I don't know if they weighed in a 44-pounder either.
Yeah, because Loudon Dixon is a scratch according to our weigh-in sheet, so we'll have to wait and see. Right side, still no score. Actually, there's 2 points.
For Carson Hostetler for the Braves. He got a 2-point takedown. He's going up against
Ryan Harris.
Ryan Harris for the Quakers.
Which this is another rematch.
Yep, another rematch, which Hostetler was victorious the last time around, but that's why they wrestle the matches.
It's kind of crazy, these lower weight classes for Indian Valley. I mean, well, even for Philly, some of them, too, because you look at Harris and you look at Hostetler. They are tall guys.
Yeah,
and yet they're only in the 132-pound class, which is kind of impressive. Now we got over here Steubenville going for a fall, as trying to pick that up is Abbott.
Yeah, Abbott's got him in trouble. I don't know if there's a scoreboard malfunction, because that's saying the clock's out over there on that.
I believe there is. And it doesn't matter, though, regardless, because there's another fall in favor of Steubenville.
Okay, and I see Swallow.
And there was a scoreboard issue there, as Athletic Director Nick Swallow for Indian Valley, he's keeping time on his phone, actually, because we had a timing issue. Hey, you got to adapt, right?
Improvise.
So that's a big fall for Steubenville in Abbott. He'll get Roberts down, and that will make your team lead now 15-10.
Yep. There's a shot in there by Hostetler. This is where, over here on the left side, where Steubenville's going to pick up a couple forfeits.
And we're going to see the first one of those will be at 138 pounds, so it will be Cal Bedling who will get the win here. And then the next one will be at 144. As you mentioned, it's Cooper Smith who will grab that. Loudon Dixon not available for West Holmes today. So we will move on to 150 pounds on the left side. They're moving it right along.
Yeah.
They said, hey, guys, over on the right mats, maybe you want to speed that up, as it's Hostetler, as you can see on your screen, riding the back of Harris right now.
So it looks like, typically I wouldn't know this, but it looks like Steubenville might have bumped up a little bit, so they bumped Cooper Smith up to, it looks like 150.
All right, he'll be taking on Hunter McCluggage.
Weighed in at 44, but it's one of those ones where they had an extra guy they could send out for a forfeit.
Hostetler went for some back points there. He was not able to get him. Harris, was able to fight it off. This is a heck of a showdown over here on this right mat. It's 4-3 in favor of the Braves wrestler.
Yeah, which is last time Hostetler was able to get the fall, so this is why you say every week's a new week, every match is a different match.
He made it kind of quick work, too, if I remember.
Yeah, he did.
Hostetler chose down on a very quick reversal.
He's going to get a reversal and get right to work on top, trying to catch that far side wrist with the half end.
He popped those hips pretty quick. Harris looking to do the same.
Sitting up, hips away.
Ooh, nearly left himself open there.
Hostetler trailing, and over here on the left side, Cooper Smith.
Looking for a turn of McCluggage.
He's got is running that bar half. McCluggage trying to play the edge here. Cooper's going to looks like he's going to try to yank him in a little bit.
I'm looking over to my left, Blaze, and I'm very happy that Shannon Thomas is actually staying on top of it with writing all this down, because you and I don't know if we would be able to keep quite as good a track of this.
No, we're here and we're there.
So out of bounds on the left side. We'll reset. Also want to thank all of our wrestling sponsors, Ron's Heating and Cooling, the T-County Boxing Academy, Unified Insulation Systems, Lutz Body and Paint, and Top Notch Auto. If you know any of the fine folks from any of those places, give them a thank you, because that's who's bringing you this district dual action.
There was an escape over there by Harris, and so Hostetler leads 6-4 with about 45 seconds to go here in the second period.
Left side, 25 seconds showing at 150. McCluggage still stuck on bottom. Smith doing a good job of...
He's running that bar.
He is up 2-0, too.
And now he's getting that half in, and he's got it deep.
Going to run out of room then on the boundary. I'm sure McCluggage kind of looking for that saving grace out there. When you wrestled, was there any word to tell you about the boundary that you knew you were close if you had to get away? Oasis?
It was Mustang.
Mustang.
When we heard Mustang, we knew we were on the edge and tried to scurry our way out of there without
We're not asking you to stall, but stall. So it'll stay 2-0 on the left side.
Hostetler's trying to run that cradle here, but I think we're going to time out, and we're going to go to the second period with Hostetler lead, or third period with Hostetler leading 8-4.
I tell you what, there's been so much action over here with Hostetler and those guys. Their endurance might come into play here in this third period. I mean, Hostetler leads 8-4, but they've been pretty active.
Yeah, it's been nonstop. And we do have an updated team score. Looks like the clock's working over here on the left side.
27-10 will be the score in favor of the Steubenville Big Red. Smith got stuck up high by McCluggage. Couldn't quite get him down for a takedown, though. Or on his back, I should say.
There's going to be an escape by Hostetler. He's going to lead 9-4. He's in on a single. He's going to pop through, and he's going to get a 2-point takedown. He leads 11-4.
Smith gets a reversal over here for Steubenville, so he goes up 4-0.
Every single point's going to matter for both of these teams, or for whichever two teams advance. Well, if you're going to advance, you need those extra points, is what I'm trying to say.
And there's an escape by Harris, so he's trailing 11-5, and Hostetler's looking for a takedown. That's going to give him a 13-5 lead, and he's in bonus point territory now. And he's going to kick him again.
Yep, just go ahead and try to let him run. Well, he'll try to let him run.
This is where Shannon mentioned that endurance.
And there we're going to get a stalling call on Harris, who Hostetler wasn't forcing him in the boundary. He just kind of backed all the way into it. He just kept his hand on him.
Yeah, Hostetler's really pushing the pace. This is where cardio matters, and the third period sometimes can be won by when you have guys that are equally sized, equally talented, where the guy who's got the better cardio is going to win the match.
And this is exactly why all of these coaches that we've talked to in the past, they say, what are we going to be like in February?
Yep,
we want to know if we can go all three periods.
Yep, this is what they work for. And there's a quick shot off the whistle by Hostetler. He's going to bring it up, trying to chase that far side ankle. He's around the hip, and he's in position on the edge.
Smith still looking to try to turn McCluggage. 24 seconds going here left to go here in the second.
Every time I peek over on that mat, we got Smith running that bar. That's got to be brutal.
And for McCluggage, credit where credit is due. He is staying tough, but Smith has just ground his face down in the ground.
Yeah, that's one of those ones when you're fighting off that bar and bar half for basically two periods. That's a rough day. Hostetler leads 15-6 over here on mat 3 with about 20 seconds to go.
For Indian Valley wrestling fans, they're probably going to recognize that voice in the background. It's Coach Dusty Braun telling Hostetler to go.
That's softball coach Dusty Braun.
Braves wrestling fans have only heard that in this gym a few times. Hostetler, though, they're going to go to the boundary, just 1.8 showing. Well,
Hostetler's going to come.
What's your advice here, Blaze, to get that 1 point for the major?
Well, Hostetler has
or
the.
Pardon me, for the yes, or try. Well, never mind. He's got the point. Does he try to do anything else? Only
I
2
think
seconds.
Coaches are just saying, stay solid.
And sure enough, he does.
And that's going to make the team score. That's going to be 4-point team point for Indian Valley. That's going to make it 23-0. The Braves are going to lead going over to 138 pounds. We got Rowan Pacine for the Braves and Tyler Ulmer for the Quakers.
Trying to remember, is that I don't think this is a rematch.
No,
from earlier on.
Ulmer didn't wrestle in the duel
That's
against
right.
Indian Valley. He was out of that duel. He's had some injuries early in the year. He's back though, so.
Sophomore versus sophomore, and over here it was Smith and McCluggage.
He called a stalemate there, sent them both back to the middle.
Just a minute showing. For McCluggage, he's done a pretty good job defensively, only giving up the 4 points, but he has found nothing in terms of the offense on this side.
And the cool thing about that is Smith has pretty much dominated this whole match, but he only leads 4-0. So McCluggage is a takedown to your back away from taking the lead 5-4, and Smith is a takedown to your back away from getting the major decision. So
now I'm assuming that's what Smith keeps dropping that left knee. He must know McCluggage is looking to shoot.
Yeah, and that's where at some point maybe the West Holmes coaches they'll be saying you got to go big, which is where a takedown's not going to work. You're going to need 2-2, and there's a takedown over on the right mat for Ulmer over on Pacine.
Ulmer went right around Pacine, took his back.
Smith's in on a shot on the left side, and he's going to throw it by there. That's going to give him a 6-0 lead with about 10 seconds to go here in the third period.
This is how pretty much all the scoring has happened over on the left mat as the final seconds are going. It was just Smith who would secure a takedown and then ride out the rest of the period. And it works for him because he wins 6-0. And that will give West Holmes a little fight back into that big lead that Steubenville has.
That's going to make it
27-13.
Yeah, it's going to make it 30-10. Steuben.
Oh, I had this. You're right. I had the team score backwards. Pacine was looking to go through Ulmer, couldn't quite secure it as they found the boundary. And see, I'm happy. This is why you're here, man. I would have been screwing this up so bad.
And for the Braves, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce Brody's last name. Sakoch.
Suckosh.
Okay, Brody Suckosh. He's going up against for West Holmes. He's going against Camden McLuggage for West Holmes. Which,
for Steubenville football fans, the last name Suckosh, we don't have to tell you who that is.
Yeah, that's Brody's grandpa. And Brody is, in terms, there's a lot of great wrestlers here, but he's probably the most accomplished in this gym right now. He's a 2-time state placer going into his junior year, returning freshman was a state finalist last year. He placed, but he didn't get there, and this year he's nationally ranked. He's got his eyes on a state title here.
And Suckosh just basically let McCluggage go. He's looking to be aggressive. There's another shot. There's another 2.
2-point takedown for Suckosh, and he's
going to
kick him out. Over here on mat 2, the right mat 2.
It is mat 2 if you think about it, if we number from left to right.
Yeah, that's how I would think of like in a gym when you got multiple mats, but Ulmer leads 2-0 to start the second period. Pacine's in the down position.
Suckosh lets McCluggage out again.
There's a snap down by Suckosh on the left mat.
Just so fast. Pacine stuck on bottom. Ulmer keeps spreading him out.
Suckosh is going to work on his feet.
And you would have better insight to this than me, of course, but that's got to be a disheartening feeling. You're stuck on bottom. You're trying to get that nice platform to get back up, and they just keep swiping those arms away. You have no hope.
Yeah, especially they say one of the worst positions other than your back is on your belly. And Ulmer's got Pacine on his belly.
Now Suckosh going for a fall. Instead, he's going to take the back points. Doesn't quite have enough. Now he's going to torque it across, but couldn't quite secure it.
He's going to get the 3 back, and he's going to let him up there. It's going to make it 13-5. Sokoch here with 30 seconds to go in the first period. Sokoch is lighting the scoreboard up.
This
There's
is what
another
you call a takedown clinic.
Yes, that's exactly right. Sokoch with a takedown, going straight to a tilt. He's getting back points here. That's gonna give him an 18-5 lead. It's almost, and he's gonna kick him out, make it 18-6.
Ulmer with a nice mat return, but we're gonna have a locked hands.
That's gonna be 1 point Pacine.
So I can't quite call it a nice mat return if with the with the locked hands.
Over here on the left mat, Sokoch is gonna take a 20-6 lead here into the second period.
So for McCluggage,
That's
I'm assuming Sokoch here just going to let him escape, and then he'll just shoot again and try to put this thing to bed.
That was my guess, but it looks like he's going to go on top.
Yeah, he's going to try to get the back points.
He's going to try to get the fall, maybe save that team point. And he's looking cradle here. And if he's head to the side, looks like he's in position to lock it up.
Ulmer looking to turn Pacine. Pacine trying to get to his feet. Now he's going to get stuck nearly on his back, but just got through with Ulmer. Sokoch trying to turn. See, McCluggage got that leg locked in, but it's going to go over.
Sokoch has McCluggage in trouble. He's in good position to get a fall here.
Waiting for the whistle. Ref Rocky Dusenberry right there, and there's the goal.
There it is. That's going to put Steubenville up 36-10 going into the 165-pound match.
And a little end of the period. We move on to the third. It's still 2-1 on your mat number 2, or your right mat, as it's Ulmer leading Pacine. This has been a nice bout over here.
Yeah, that's a good match here. Pacine hasn't wrestled a lot of varsity, so this is a big step up in competition for him, and he's taking it with
Ulmer quickly with the reversal.
Yeah, that's going to put Ulmer up 4-1. And over here on the left mat, we got Xavier Falks for Big Red. And for, it looks like we're going to have Lincoln Gones or Royce Millam.
Yeah, not sure which one it actually is. Again, we have the weigh-in sheets in front of us. We do not have the starting lineup, as there goes Falks, who just hoisted him up and took him straight down, and he lets him out. Falks, star on the football field, and definitely a star on the mat.
Yeah, Falks he's a stud all around. He looks the part too. You look down there, you're like, man.
Yeah, that's the way you just have to remind yourself, like, yeah, he is only 17, 18. I mean, it's a full-grown man.
He's gonna get that tilt there. He's got 4-1, and he's looking for back points.
As Goins or Millam just trying to fight it off. We have to use or. We apologize, West Holmes fans. We don't know which one.
They got Goins listed, and they got Millam as the extra, so
imagine it's Goins.
I would think Goins, but and Ulmer's over here on the right side. He's got the legs in. He's looking for a turn here. He still leads 4-1 with about 30 seconds to go.
Pacine, if he's going to do anything, he's got to do it right now.
He's got Pacine bellied down.
Falks still got that arm locked up.
Falks here has got the bar in. He's looking, looks like coaches are going to say let him up. He's got 40 seconds to go. He's going to get back after him on his feet. Leading 7-2 here.
For just 14 seconds showing. So, for Pacine on the right side for Indian Valley, Blaze, his only hope here is you got to spin out of this early and somehow get a turn. But with 14 seconds and the way Ulmer just locks those vices in,
yeah,
I don't see that one happening.
I think Ulmer's going to coast here with a 4-1 lead. Good hard-fought match by both guys.
So New Philadelphia is finally going to get on the board here against Indian Valley in their duel. Make it 23-3. Final seconds tick away on the left as Falks is going to take an 11-3 lead over Goins. And it will be Falks' choice who defers. And it looks like we are going to start neutral. So we move on to 144 on the right side.
So for Indian Valley, we got Aiden Braun, and they weighed in two guys, Landon Lehman and Caleb Crowthers. I'm pretty sure that's Crowthers because I watched Braun and Lehman wrestle last week. And That doesn't look like Lehman.
And as always, if we got it wrong, our apologies. Folks riding Goins. He's up 13-3, minute and a half showing in the second. Another turn, more back points. And just like that, he's going to grab 3 more points, put him up by 13. There goes on the right side. Quick 2 points going to be registered there for Braun.
And Falks here leads 16-3. This is one of those ones where one more turn is going to get him a tech fall.
You know that's not what he's probably going to go for here.
He's probably going to go look for his penning combination here. He's riding tough. Braun got him belly down over there on the right mat.
Driving straight into Crowthers, trying to get that arm through.
And he's got a bar.
There he goes.
And he's going to try to throw that hip over. Crowthers is trying to block it off. And it looks like he might, and he's got Braun.
Big move.
Looks like he's going to get a reversal. I can't tell.
I did not see. We got the new Philly coaching staff in front of us, and I think, there it is.
They're going to
I was going to say, I thought Braun might have got that arm over on the back, and that's what Coach Dusty Braun wants to hear, because he was saying the same thing I did. He thought he still had his arm, that they were stuck at neutral side by side.
Yeah, almost looked like they were still in like a whizzer position, which in that case, contact hasn't broke, so.
There goes Folks. Tries to put Goins down, can't do it, but that is going to be enough to get the tech.
That's going to be 5 more team points for Big Red. That's going to put them up 41-10.
Huge morning so far for Big Red.
And there's
another 2 points going to go up on the board
for Carruthers, and he's in a barbed wire position trying to set that up into a cradle. For Big Red over here, we got let me find my sheet. We got Landon Crozier.
Landon Crozier is going to be taking on Cole Porter.
Braun, Carruthers has a cradle, but looks like he tried to roll it over, and Braun's got him in trouble.
Braun caught him. Braun caught him 2 points. He could still keep going through.
Final
seconds go, and there was the pin, but new Philly coaching staff says no, that's going to be they said that should be waved off. The official's going to go talk to him. The signal for the clock running out came in real late, and they're just going to say it was only 3 points and time ran out for the fall. Or 2 points, I'm sorry. All for Braun. That's heartbreaking. He put so much into that, but probably the right call, I think. It did sound like it was after whenever we were looking up at the clock and heard the whistle.
It looked like it was just a split second. But that Indian Valley sideline, they were electric for that one.
Braun gets the hips through, turns, going to try to rotate him again with the bar.
Reversal, he's going to catch that far side shoulder, and he's got him on his back.
Braun maybe riding the adrenaline rush from nearly getting the fall before that.
He's going to try to turn it into a half. He's going to drive it over. Needs to get his head up, settle back a little bit here. He's going to get 3 back there.
Over on the left, as we said, it says we're still at 160, not quite. At 175, as we said, Cole Porter for West Holmes. And Landon Babel.
I think they bumped up Crozier, so I think that's Landon Crozier.
Call on that. The freshman. 3-2 in favor of Steubenville in this bout.
He's a freshman, but he's built.
That doesn't look like a freshman. Well, that's why I went with the sophomore. And there is a big fall for Aiden Braun as he fights through. It was saved by the bell before that, but Braun said, no, I'm still going to get my fall.
Yeah, he's a good win for Braun. That's going to put him up 29-3 here.
2 points on your left mat.
For the Braves, they're going to send out Quake Beatty, and it looks like Philly's going to send Landon Lehman out here, so it looks like they bumped him up to wrestle Beatty. They had Easy Williams and Lehman both in the huddle. They were waiting, I think, to see who Philly or Indian Valley sent out, so they sent out Lehman.
Now, Quake, has he been at 150 or is it 144?
He's been at 44 and 50. I'm pretty sure postseason plan is to go 44 based off of his certification, but that's one of the ones that they'll look at the routes and see which one's his best shot.
On the left, the lead now 5-3 in this bout for Cole Porter over Crozier.
Beatty kicks Lehman out here. He's going to pressure driving in. He leads 2-1 with 1:30 here to go, and there's a shot by Cole Porter on the left side, Matt, and he's going to finish for a 2-point takedown. It's going to give him a 7-3 lead here with 1.5 minutes to go here in the second period. He's looking for that bar, and looks like he's going to run it. Crozier was trying to hip over, and he's going to break him back down, and Beatty's got Lehman in trouble. He's got him almost on his back.
Lehman was in a kind of an arch up with his neck and everything. You see, Beatty basically just deadlifted him up and then sent him back down to the mat to flatten him back out again.
And he's going to get 3 back air. He leads 5-1 with about 45 seconds to go here in the first.
Do you think that's how they teach him how to play linebacker on the football field, Shannon?
You know what? He's only got one speed on the football field, and that's full speed and run into the first thing he hits.
So on your left, 7-3, as Blaze just mentioned. On top is Porter. Crozier going to try to get the legs through, but it's Porter who grabs the arm quickly.
Porter got that far side wrist here. Trying to break him down. Beatty lead. Okay, so that's what I thought. They gave him 3 back over there for Beatty, but they didn't give him the takedown, so it's 7-2 now.
Okay.
Beatty let him go.
Now Lehman there went on that shot. You saw him hesitate a little bit, and Beatty's the last guy you want to hesitate on.
Yeah, ran that front headlock, head in the side. He got a 2-point takedown. He's going to lead 9-2 here. He's trying to barbed wire it over.
I do have to say that we just saw walk in front of us was Xavier Folks. You know, he just got that huge tech fall win. I don't think he's even broken a sweat yet, though. He's just walking around like no big deal.
I actually remember it was either last year or the year before. He was sitting front row, sleeping before his match, and they woke him up with his headphones in, and he went out there and smashed the kid he wrestled.
And then probably went back and fell back asleep again. There's an escape for Crozier.
Beatty's going to go into the second period over here on the right mat, leading 12-2. Lehman's going to be in the top position. Beatty on bottom. Beatty's in a switch position, sit out. He's going to head spin, and he's going to bring up a single leg. He's going to be in position to get another 2-point reversal error, and he's going to get it.
You're just going to let him go.
Let him go. This is where
thinking about that tech fall.
Third period over here on the other map. Porter still leads 7-4. He was in the top position to start the third period.
Might have heard the Steubenville faithful talking to Crozier, get to your feet. Easier said than done, though. Lehman nearly got around on top of Beatty, but was able to spin it off.
Beatty's going to dump that there right to his back, and Lehman's in trouble. Beatty's going to try to turn this into a half, and
Lehman
get the fall
is stuck.
Here.
Now he's going to go the other way and just squeezes that shoulder out.
That's going to be a tech fall for Quake. Beatty. That's going to make the team score 34-3 for the Braves.
Nice win there for the senior for Indian Valley. 7-5 your score over on the left, just a minute to go. This has been a nice bout.
Yeah, Crozier's in at a takedown ties this match up.
You see he is not going to let Porter get in on a shot at all. He had that left knee buried, but now he's going to go up, look to go to work.
Over here on the right mat, New Philly is going to send out Easy Williams at 157 pounds.
So we'll see who Indian Valley is going to be presenting.
Braves are huddled up over here.
A little bit of conversation going on.
And a great show of sportsmanship here. The New Philly coach, one of the assistant coaches, walked all the way over with Beatty, talking to him, probably giving him words of encouragement. He's probably known him since he was little. Mm-hmm. That was a cool moment right there to watch.
As Blaze and Travis has said on our previous broadcast for wrestling, the wrestling community is pretty doggone tight.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys have been wrestling together since they were little, going up through OYWA, New Philly, and Indian Valley come through the same OYWA sectionals and districts and all that, so super familiar. And so for Indian Valley, they got Brogan O'Connor out here.
Porter got the takedown, then they were reversal by Crozier, but the final seconds are going to tick away. It is going to be a win on West Holmes' side at 175. They're going to get 3 more team points, still trail 41-13 now. Yeah,
so that's a good win for Porter, but this is getting late quick for West Holmes.
This is no easy task on the right. You mentioned it's Brogan O'Connor for Indian Valley. Easy Williams, one of 3 new Philly wrestlers who this season secured their 100th career wins.
Yeah. Easy's someone that's in the record books for New Philadelphia wrestling. So
on the left, and I think we are going to have a bout between at 190. Looks like Noah West for, or pardon me, yes, Noah West for Steubenville. It looks like Dylan Sowers for West Holmes.
And over here on the right, Matt, easy between Williams and O'Connor. They're still 0-0 with about 45 seconds to go here in the first period.
Senior versus sophomore.
Yeah, when I first seen O'Connor, I thought for sure he was an upperclassman because he's a really good-built kid.
Tie up on the left side. Sowers and West jockeying for position.
There's a shot in there by O'Connor. Williams is trying to throw that leg over and get that anchor. This is where...
Now O'Connor just wanting to drive through there and just kind of run up that leg towards the hips. Is that where he's trying to go?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have anywhere to go now.
Easy got that boot in, and he's running that half now.
For West Holmes, Sowers was able to get around the back of West. Still hasn't secured it, though. West doing a great job holding on to him. Just clinging to that leg to not let him go his hips over the top. Williams was trying to turn O'Connor on the right, couldn't quite do it.
He leads, Williams leads 2-0 going into the second period.
Now Sowers got the arm. He's going for the rotate on West.
He's running the barbed wire there, and he's got him in trouble.
West trying desperately to keep that shoulder up. 28 seconds showing, and he is able to get through, but still 3 big points there for Sowers. Williams locks the boots in on the right.
Yeah, Williams got the boots. He's running the half, and he's got, looks like he's got O'Connor in trouble. I saw some turn again for some swipes. He's got it deep. O'Connor's going to roll through. He's going to get 2 back. It's going to make it 4-0 Williams, and he's right back to work on top.
End of the first period over here on the left. It will still be 7-0. Sowers will lead West. Choice will go into the hands of West Holmes, defer over to Steubenville, and it looks like neutral will be the starting point for West.
Williams there still riding tough, got the legs in. Trying to stretch O'Connor out here. Looks like he's working power half. Got him bellied down.
Now for Williams, he knows his team down by 31 right now at 157. Not technically, obviously. This one's not technically over, but
yeah,
he knows what he's going to need to do, and that's put O'Connor's shoulders on the mat, which he's doing a great job of trying right now. And there it is. Well, I couldn't have timed that up any better, could I have?
He's going to get a fall. That's going to make it 34-9.
And speaking of falls, a big one for West Holmes. Sowers puts West's shoulders on the mat. So 6 big points for the Knights. So on the left, again, of course, a big thank you to all of our sponsors today. T-County Boxing Academy, Ron's Heating and Cooling, Lutz Body and Paint, Unified Insulation, and Top Notch Auto. Right side.
We're going to have Tristan Bryan going for the Braves, going up against Etney Richardson for the Quakers.
Yeah, and we just like to remind everybody, Etney is listed at $165, the Quakers running back this past season. I don't know how in the world he's down to 165 because he didn't look like that on the football field, that's for sure.
Over here on the left, Matt, we got Grant Miller for West Holmes. He's going to get a quick 2-point takedown, and
I believe at 2:15.
Looks like they might have bumped somebody, maybe Marco Socha.
I think Marco Socha is in.
Marco Socha.
Yeah, wish we could show everybody what the weigh-in sheets look like. It is always a mess, but that's kind of standard, right? You're trying to strategize.
Yeah, and this is Grant Miller. He's a guy ranked 14 in the state for West Holmes. So at this point, West Holmes can't win the duel, but I'm sure they're going to want to finish strong here.
Richardson and Bryant go careening over towards the new Philly coaching bench.
And this is a match, even though they wrestled last week, this match actually didn't take place because Philly's bumping some of their guys up. So
Richardson with a quick reversal around the back of Bryan. I want to go back over here to the left, Blaze, because you said about Grant Miller being ranked nationally. There he goes in for another shot. The senior wrestling at 215, he is just massive.
Oh, he is. He's put together, that's for sure. And he's got
Socha is down, and he is in a bad way.
He's got the cradle. He's got the knee in the side. He's going to need to put the head in the ear, try to get that separation, because in this position, he's got that shoulder's kind of sitting up on his. Richardson leads over here on the right mat, 4-1, with about 10 seconds to go. We're going to get a stalling call on Bryan.
And this is something that we have not seen a whole bunch of so far tonight, guys, and that's senior versus senior. That actually hasn't happened a whole bunch.
That's what the cool thing about this is this is an event that'll take place again next year, and a lot of these teams with the underclassmen and guys coming back will be some of the teams represented again here next year. 3
back points by way of Miller at the end of the first. He now goes up 10-1. Right side, Richardson will start on top. Bryan tries to go for a quick escape. Richardson's gets him right back down on the mat.
Yeah, Richardson leads 4-2 here. Richardson's got him belly down, and with Bryan already been hit for a stalling call, he's going to need to work his way up.
Miller will escape. Pretty sure Miller had the choice, and he wanted down. He wanted to get that easy escape point, he hoped to make it easy, and he's going to try to make quick work here of Socha. Get his team some nice points. He's going to get Socha on his back.
He's got that mixer, and he's got it deep. He's in trouble.
And there it is. Another fall. 6 points to West Holmes, who will go to heavyweight now. Obviously, the duel itself is out of the question, but very nice showing for some of these nights, especially, guys like Grant Miller and the others who got falls.
Man, Grant Miller's built. I just seen him
walk
by.
I questioned at 215. I said, boy, he doesn't look like 215, a little more than that.
He's got some muscles on him. Over here at heavyweight, we're going to have Bo Hudson for Steubenville.
Probably looks like Wesley Yoder for West Holmes. Right side, it's 4-2. Bryan's still down. Richardson's still on top. Indian Valley leads their duel over here 34-9. And Steubenville leads West Holmes 41-25. And being at heavyweight, that means the Big Red will be moving on to the finals.
Yeah, and even though it's 41-25, at one point this looked a lot worse than what it is. And if West Holmes can kind of finish this duel with a win here, it's going to make it a respectable. You don't ever want to lose, but I mean they battled back as a team.
There was no quit at any point.
No, none. And over here, Richardson's still riding on the right-hand side. Tough on Bryan. Bryan's going to need to work his way up. I think it's 5-2, so they must have hit Bryan with another stall call.
There's a quick fall. Hudson gets Yoder's shoulders down. Steubenville caps it off in a big way as they're going to take home the 46-25 team win and move on to the finals. Great job by Big Red. Great showing for him.
Yeah, that's. I'm sure that's what they came here to do. They had it in the cards, and now they're looking over. Indian Valley's in a good position to win this duel, but this duel's definitely not over still. So I'm sure what their guys will do is they're going to get some food and water into them. Good food. Keep them away from the concession stand.
No, do not. They got to get some good protein and something that's going to give them that energy.
Exactly, and I'm sure maybe
some peanut butter. I'm sure is going to be out there somewhere.
Some of the guys whose weights are still haven't wrestled over here, I'm sure they're going to keep an eye out to see who they're going to wrestle and how that's going to look.
As both Richardson and Bryan go careening out of bounds. Difference in time. Remember, we started at 106 pounds. West Holmes and Steubenville are done already. We're only at $165 right now.
So now you'll get full coverage of this duel here.
Well, the Steubenville West Holmes had 2 forfeits and 6 pins. So that'll move it along real quick.
That'll play a factor in it. Bryant's in there on a single leg. Richardson's kind of got him sprawled out. He's keeping them hips away. He's trying to fight hands now. Got about a minute 15 to go. Bryant's working it up. He's bringing it up. He's got it between the legs here. He's just
going to try to trip and finish, and he will.
And he's going to get a 2-point takedown here.
That's a big 2 points for Bryan.
The Philly coaches wanted a stalling call. Bryan, who's already been hit with a couple already.
And he wants neutral.
I was going to say, he's going to Coach Dusty
So
Bronze
gives
over
the
there
one.
saying let him up. He's going to chase. Richardson's going to lead 7-6. He's got about a minute to get another takedown.
He's going to chase that takedown and then hang on for dear life is what his goal is going to be. For Richardson, though, I wouldn't say lower the aggression at all. You know it's coming, but I was going to say try to spin through. He almost went up over top of Brian. They go
out of bounds. Yeah, that's
the
what
Philly bench.
A lot of times you'll see wrestling where when you wrestle defensive or you wrestle to not lose, that's whenever you end up in trouble. So that's what you're going to want to stay active. Don't change your game plan. Brian's firing off shots here. He's going after him.
It's crazy how that works in all sports, right?
Yeah.
Don't wrestle not to lose, or don't play not to lose. And Brian trying to hang on with Richardson, try to find room. They're over towards the boundary. Richardson's going for a shot.
And there's a
Brian
shot by
with the stiff hips. He's got 20 seconds to do something, though. He's going to have to.
Richardson's bringing it. Looks like he's bringing it through. We're kind of blocked by the coaches, and I think Richardson's going to get a 2-point takedown here.
Big 2 points, 8.5 seconds showing.
It's going to make it 9-6 Richardson here.
So for Brian, with 8 seconds to go, not impossible, but he's starting down. I mean,
he's going to need an escape and a takedown here to tie it up, or he's going to need to.
It's all basically going to have to happen in one motion.
This is one of the ones where you never reach back. You don't ever want to reach back or anything like that. But this is where you got 8 seconds to go. You got to do something.
Caution after an early start from Brian.
Brian tries to fire up. Richardson breaks him down, and
he's going to ride it out. So a big win for New Philly and one of their seniors as Etney Richardson gets the 9-6 win over Tristan Bryan.
That's going to make the duel 34-12. Braves lead going into 175 pounds, and Philly's going to continue this trend. Looks like they're going to bump up, and they're going to bump up Edgar Mejia Ramos. Yep, and they're going to be Caden Riggs for Indian Valley.
Another one of the 100-win club at New Philly in Mejia Ramos. We saw him whenever they took on Claymont, and there's a reason that the seniors got 100 wins, that's for sure.
And like I said, these guys wrestled last week, but this match specifically didn't happen because of Indian Valley or New Philly bumping some of their weights up. So this is a new one and should be a fun one.
When we heard from their coaching staff, they weren't necessarily completely committed exactly how they wanted their dual team to look like, and they were not afraid to keep guys moving around just to find where they might work best.
Yep.
Riggs gets the
Riggs
leg.
in on a shot here on the edge, and they're going to go out of bounds.
So if you are just tuning in, it is Steubenville who topped West Holmes on the left mat, 47-25. So Big Red will wrestle the winner between New Philly and Indian Valley. We're at 175 pounds. Winner of this entire meet today will move on to the state duels. And whoever's going to be taking on Steubenville, whether it's New Philly or Indian Valley, they're going to have to bring their A game.
Yeah, Steubenville's good from top to bottom, really good team. Lot of pedigree to that team.
Riggs went for a shot again. Mejia Ramos stuffs him again. Now he's got his head in control, but see Riggs just trying to keep hold of both those legs.
Kind of got his head on the center line, so Ramos is in good position here with his hips away where he looks like he's going to fight this off.
And I believe Ramos is one of those other wrestlers that picked up his 100th career win this season.
And you get to see all those, and, well, we don't know for certain because we haven't gotten to heavyweight, but something's telling us we know who's going to be at heavyweight for New Philly.
About 30 seconds to go here in the first period. Still knotted up at 0-0. There's a shot in there by Ramos, blocked off. And
now Riggs goes in.
By Riggs. He's trying to cut that hip, and now he's chasing that far side. Ramos blocking off, and they're going to go out of bounds here.
Well, credit where credit is due for Riggs thus far. As the sophomore for Indian Valley, he has been taking the pressure to Ramos.
Yeah, he's going after him. He's firing off shots. He's reshot, and he's blocking off. Ramos here looks like he's working that 2-on-1, but going to separate. We got about 5 seconds to go here, I think.
Looks like we are probably going to start the second period like how we started the first at neutral. or I should say even, not at neutral. We'll see who wants to go where in terms of positioning. Ramos wants down.
Indian Valley deferred. Ramos wants down.
Of course, if you have not done so, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We notify you when we go live and always try to bring you the best high school sports coverage from Z Country. In Janate today from the PAC Drilling Mobile Studio. This district dual action.
Riggs breaking him down here. Ramos firing back up, though. Riggs got a bar in here. Ramos sitting that hip up. He's in a Merkle position. This is where he needs to extend him, straighten him out, and then he needs to jerk it over.
And for Riggs, just got to stay tied up and pretty much just hope for the stalemate at this point. Unless you got to move.
Yeah, and it looks like Ramos.
There we go. Something like that.
Yep, and Riggs is looking cradle now. He's got that elbow posted. Now he's going back, got the legs in, it looks like. He's going to try to flatten him out here. This is where you need to flatten him out quicker. You can end up in trouble with them legs in.
Especially if you get up too high on the shoulders.
And that's kind of where
kind of like that.
And this is where he's got him flattened out now, settle the hips back, and he's looking up. Ramos kind of balled up here, arms in. Whenever you see guys come up to their base with them legs in, it's typically never good, and that's where Riggs is in trouble here.
If Ramos can just rotate over.
He's going to circle towards the head.
There it is.
Come out with a 2-point reversal.
And that's the veteran move of Ramos. He just knew Riggs was sliding up high, so he just kind of let him go, and then he got him in trouble.
Yeah, and now Ramos straight to a bar here. He's got about 25 seconds to go to use it. He's looking half to. Riggs kind of belly down here trying to fight that bar.
Well, basically put, as we know.
Ramos is running it. Riggs needs to cut that hip and cut it quick. Ramos has him in trouble.
And Riggs going to try to jump over the top, and there's nothing there. Ramos held on to him, and that'll do it. And that's huge for New Philly because if they want to earn this team win, that's what they're going to need on the rest of these matches. It's still potentially in their grasp, Blaze.
Yeah, it's not completely. Makes it 34-18. So there's 3 weights to go, 3 pens. 3 pens will do that. That'd make it 8. That'd be 36-34, New Philly. I'm sure Jackson Bircher at 215's thinking that ain't gonna happen, but that's why you wrestle.
So now at $190,
we got Garen O'Connor for the Braves and
Jackson Corns for New Philly.
Jackson Corns for New Philly. He's gonna get a quick 2-point takedown. This is one where Indian Valley had hoped that they were going to be able to get the other Braun brother back this week from injury, but didn't happen at 190. So,
well, it's at which point it becomes, the next man up mentality.
Exactly right. That's why
if you want him to be back for the state duel, we got to earn it today. And right now, Corns.
O'Connor kind of rolled through that and looked like he was going to have Corns in trouble. He's going to get the reversal though here.
That was a very heads-up move. Now we're going to have a potentially dangerous there.
Corns is going to be down. It's going to be 2-2 here with 1:14 to go in the first period.
Corns got a couple inches in height in this match, and when you get in these heavier weights, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, and
all that leverage, and over the top goes O'Connor.
He's got him in trouble. That's tight. And
wow! And that's going to secure the win for Indian Valley in terms of the team. That came out of nowhere.
Wow. I didn't see that coming, and Indian Valley coaching staff, Indian Valley wrestlers, they're loving it.
O'Connor's smiling right now as he goes back to the huddle. He's saying, yeah, I've been working on that for a while.
He's fired up, and that's where sometimes that length, like Shannon mentioned, that length, sometimes you get them short, compact guys, and you got that length, and them cradles are right there when they step up without that hand control. Stepping up right into it. And
it's like dropping an anchor pulling you down almost.
As soon as I seen him put on his back, I looked up at O'Connor's family up there in the upper deck, and they went crazy.
Here we got Jackson Bircher for the Braves, and at 2:15 we got Landon Hodkinson for the Quakers. It's a 2-point takedown. This is a match that did happen last week.
It did. Bircher, the junior, already got quite the list of accolades, looking to stack on him more heading into his final season after this.
Yeah, Bircher's a returning state qualifier. He's ranked 6th in the state right now at 215, so.
Another one of those kids that you look at and go, my goodness, are you sure he's only a junior?
Yeah, and he's got podium on his mind this year, probably more than that. And he's running that cradle here. Hawkinson steps up, and sometimes that's the worst thing you can do here. But he's still fighting it. And Bircher's going to give that one up. He's going to kick him out here. Get busy on his feet.
Bircher at 215, sometimes the bigger weights necessarily they don't move quite as much as the smaller guys. Bircher's one of the guys who stays busy constantly.
Yeah, he's one of the ones that kind of makes he's a 215er that wrestles like he's 135.
And they go flying out of bounds.
And you hear Coach Dusty letting Bircher know.
So for Hodkinson,
there's a shot in there by Bircher.
Probably knows. Well, I'm going to hold that thought as Bircher's looking to put Hodkinson away already.
Yeah, he's got him in trouble. He's going to kind of walk that towards the head. He's kind of settling, getting it deeper, walking them hips towards the head.
Hodkinson in trouble.
He's in a lot of trouble.
He's got nowhere to go. Bircher secures another fall for Indian Valley. Braves kind of trying to put a little bit of a statement up now.
Yeah, they're going to try to take this momentum into the next duel.
So we will go to heavyweight now with the team lead, Indian Valley up 46-18. They will be taking on the Steubenville Big Red here in a little bit. At heavyweight, no surprise for the Quakers, it is Garrett Dylan Ryan.
Going up against Brent Smith for the Braves. And
I think Indian Valley just forfeited this.
And I think, sure enough, they did. So they will give the win to Garrett Dylan Ryan. And that will make the team score 46-24. So Braves will advance and Quakers will fall here.
That's one of them ones you obviously want to see Garrett Dylan Ryan wrestle.
Yeah. You heard some of the new Philly faithful not overly joyed with that. You do want to see Garrett be able to participate.
That match took place last week, and Garrett handled his business, and I think Indian Valley might be thinking.
They're looking ahead
like,
for
hey,
what they have to do against Steubenville.
And Smith, first year wrestling.
Exactly.
And he's coming off a knee injury from football. He hasn't been back but maybe a month. And with the victory in hand, Coach Dusty Braun, it's kind of a respect thing for Ryan.
Yeah. And it's one of those ones, if he does go out there and, like you said, first-year wrestler, and he does get hurt, and then they don't have another heavyweight weight in, they're going to
you don't want anything like that to happen.
Give up 6 points in the next duel, and that's the last thing they want to see.
All right, so coming up, it will be your finals. Steubenville Big Red set to take on the Indian Valley Braves. West Holmes Knights and New Philadelphia Quakers fall in against both of those respective teams. So we have to say a huge thank you again to all of our sponsors, the T County Boxing Academy, Ron's Heating and Cooling, Lutz Auto and Body, Unified Installation, and Top Notch Auto. Gentlemen, why don't we take a little bit of a break here before we reconvene for the finals? Does that sound all right? I do want to ask, though, just after what you guys watched here in these first two duels, both these sides, they've got their advantages. Steubenville at certain weights, Indian Valley at certain weights. What are you kind of expecting as we move forward into this duel?
I'm expecting a good old wrestling match right here, and it might come down to a chess match. Which coach can put the right piece in at the right spot, because Indian Valley is going to be strong in the lightweights. Steubenville is going to be big, in those middleweights. So it's going to be an interesting bout.
Yep, that's exactly how I see it. I think I wouldn't be surprised to see some lineup maneuvering going on here, and I think Indian Valley is favored in the lower weights. Steubenville from 32 to 57, really, really, really strong. And then from there up is where I think the duel is going to be won.
So to put it in perspective, we'll recap all the last two matches when we come back. We'll take a quick break, but Steubenville won 47-25. Indian Valley won 46-24. So, I mean,
look at it that way, maybe.
So it's going to be interesting.
It certainly will be. Well, stick around. We'll return to the PAC Drilling Mobile Studio here shortly as both teams are going to be getting prepared to take on each other. Indian Valley versus Steubenville. Who's going to advance to the state duel? Find out after this.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Novelis Uriksville is the world leader in aluminum recycling, and they need you. They have immediate openings for general laborers, equipment operators, and various skilled trade positions. They'll start you at $22 per hour or higher. There are advancement opportunities, and Novelis offers industry-leading benefits. To apply or find out more, go to novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. That's novelis.com/careers and search Uriksville. Novelis is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you neglecting your building's fifth wall? Did you know something as simple as a clogged drain can lead to a destructive roof leak? Protect your business assets with WM Commercial Roofing's Umbrella Care program. This program will provide you with regular maintenance surveys and repairs to extend the life of your roof. Invest in your business with our top quality materials, advanced techniques, and skilled craftsmanship. Are you ready for a reliable partnership? Visit our website, wmcommercialroofing.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram to learn more.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. Or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes and teams good luck this winter.
Lutz Body and Paint, located at 7573 Wolf's Crossing Road in Janayton Hutton, is there for you when a never-planned auto collision repair is needed. Lutz Body and Paint performs the auto body and painting services needed to get your vehicle back to looking showroom new in a timely manner at a reasonable price and provides free estimates. Lutz Body and Paint is a proud supporter of the Indian Valley School District and wishes best of luck to the Braves athletes participating in tonight's game.
Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janayton Hutton is your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics and repairs on gasoline, diesel, and even hybrid and electric vehicles with state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment, including module programming and newly added advanced driver assist system calibrations and repair. Top Notch Auto thrives to be the most up-to-date repair facility in Tuscarawas County. For your regular maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. Search Top Notch Auto LLC online or give them a call at 740-561-4100. Live more comfortably this winter with the help of Unified Insulation Systems. Unified Insulation Systems is a full-service insulation and weatherization provider that can show you how to properly insulate your home or business. With good insulation from Unified Systems, you can prevent your gutters from freezing and get rid of your high-energy bills. Call Jeremiah Thomas today for your free quote at 330-773-7377 or visit unifiedinsulation.com. Call Unified Insulation Systems today, your most trusted name in insulation.
T-County Boxing Academy on East High in New Philadelphia invites anyone serious about boxing to see what they offer and have success just like pro boxer and Uriksville's own Sugar Dre Donovan. T-County Boxing Academy not only offers the area's premier training facility, but also offers the best supplements on the market for peak training to get the most out of your workouts. To see all T-County Boxing Academy has to offer, find T-County Boxing Academy-TCBA on Facebook.
Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what your needs, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
Welcome to Big Z Sports and Claxon Communication play-by-play action. Be sure to subscribe to Big Z Sports on YouTube. Follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter @Big_Z Sports. For the best coverage of high school sports, there's only one Big Z Sports.
Quite the abbreviated intermission we had as we got the championship rounds underway from Indian Valley. Big Z Sports and Claxon Communications bringing you this district showdown as the winner tonight will, this afternoon and this morning, whatever, will move on into the state duel as it's a quick start for Bronco Braun, who got a quick takedown on Frank Guntram from Steubenville, and he's getting back points. And now he's got Guntram in trouble
here.
Guntram with nowhere to go. Quick fall for the freshman Bronco Braun.
It's going to put the Braves up 6-0, and that's exactly what they need in this duel. Bonus points, same thing with Steubenville.
Over here on the left is the consolation duels. We'll try to keep you up to date at various different times on that, on what's going on. It is New Philadelphia taking on West Holmes. We'll mostly be keeping you updated on the team score. So now we move to 113 pounds. Talia Guntram, the freshman for Steubenville.
Going up against Brock Albright, the sophomore for the Braves.
Talia fell in her first match, but really a lot of great fight out of her.
Yeah, she wrestled a tough kid from West Holmes. Peyton Martin, a really good wrestler.
Albright, meanwhile, had a pretty good first match.
Yeah, he picked up the win 9-4. Bronco Braun, who got the pin 106, that was his second pin, and both of them were quick. Both of his pins coming within less than 45 seconds of the first period.
Well, he's only, a 15, 16-year-old kid. They say the attention span isn't quite always there, so he just wants to make quick work so he can move on to the next thing,
yep.
Right?
There's a shot in there by Albright, a single leg. He's bringing it up. He tried to look like he was going to lock it into a cradle. There's a hard whizzer, and they're going to go out of bounds. Minute 25 here to go in the first period. Both guys guys in girl, hand fighting.
Both wrestlers.
Yes.
Get a lot of credit there for Talia. She did a great job fighting off that step over attempt from Albright. Now she's going for it for herself.
She looks like she's in a position to score. Bronco's got that arm though. Or not Bronco, Brock.
See, it happened so fast that you...
He looks like he's going to try to catch that leg and dump it. But she's in position.
Steubenville coaching staff there.
Two, and she's going to get it.
Great job by Talia.
She's got a cradle locked up. With about 45 seconds to go, and Brock's going to break the lock here.
Now he's going to try to step over.
He's in position to come out for a 2-point reversal here.
He's got his head buried. He could almost flipped her over, maybe? Hasn't got the head free. That's the problem.
This is where Indian Valley coaches are kind of telling him to swim. That's where you're going to try to swim that arm. He's in a Peter position now. He's going to get two, and he's getting back. Typically not a position you're going to get a fall in, but...
Well, Guntram, I think, kind of got stuck there, Blaze, where she thought maybe he wasn't going to quite go far enough and she could get the back points.
Yeah, it was one of those ones where it kind of came out of nowhere. She looked like she was in good position, and then Brock hit the Peterson last second. And
the Steubenville coaching staff wanting an explanation, I guess, on the 2 points.
Going to give Brock a 4-2 lead here with 15 seconds to go in the first period.
Steubenville knows in these earlier weights, because we already said that we would kind of give Big Red the advantage in the middle weights. They're going to want to prevent anything in terms of bonus points early.
And Brock's looking for that cradle, but looks like we're going to run out of time here.
Good first period, 4-2. Albright leaves Guntram.
Looks like Brock's going to choose neutral here.
Has not let Guntram fully go yet.
Nope. There's a kind of shot in there by Albright, and they're going to go out of bounds here. There's a quick shot off the whistle by Albright.
Guntram tries to stuff. Can Albright run it through and finish?
This is where Albright's going to try to come up high, come through the crotch, and reach back here. And he's in position here.
And Guntram stuck
to get two, and he's going to get it.
Not much she can do from that situation, really.
Nope, and Brock's going to go straight. Albright's going to go straight to work here. He loves that cradle.
Now we got a whistle here, and I think it's a blood time, and it is. Looks like Guntram a little bit out of the nose, so we'll have to take a few moments. On the left side in the consolation, and looks like a quick pin attempt here. I shouldn't say quick, we are in the second period, as it's still at 106 pounds, as it will be Wyatt Crabb who is put on his back for West Holmes. Evan Torchik
for the Quakers.
The Quakers will get the win. Now put his team up 6-0 in the consolations. As we wait on the blood time over on the right side, just a matter of fact when it comes to wrestling, especially when you get two matches in a day, I would imagine.
And then while we're at it, since 113-pound match over here on the left side, we're going to have Peyton Martin for West Holmes and Camden Richardson for the Quakers. And it looks like,
as we have said before, too, we got to really thank all of our sponsors, Unified Bank, Top Notch Auto, Ron's Heating and Cooling, Lutz Body and Paint, and the T-County Boxing Academy, as we are underway again in the championship rounds. As Guntram nearly got Obulin to kind of a bad position, but, or pardon me, Albright into a bad position.
Guntram's throwing her hips
now
over
Guntrum's
here. Albright's trying to throw him back over.
Well, that was back and forth, back and forth. We couldn't even really tell who was on top.
I think they're going to probably end up, Albright's going to try to settle this way, but my bet, if he can kind of pull that, I think they're going to settle for a stalemate maybe. Nope.
Yeah, Albright's still going to work.
He's going back looking for that cradle. He's got that elbow. He's posted. Now looks like he's trying to lock it up.
Guntram is fighting for everything she possibly can. As we mentioned, again, Steubenville here early on with Indian Valley kind of having, at least on paper, the advantage. They really do not want to give up any bonus points early and then make their job that much harder as the duel goes on.
Albright still riding tough, looking for a pending combination. Guntram kind of bellied down here. Got about 10 seconds to go in the second period. She's going to have to work, or they're going to end up hitting her with stalling.
5 seconds showing, and there's a whistle.
More blood time. Yeah, Guntram having to wrestle Albright and Peyton Martin. That's a tough 2 duels for the day.
Well, it's one of those things, too, for the blood time, too. You know, if you get a cut or something, it is what it is. You might be able to get it to stop bleeding pretty quick. Your nose, not so easy.
Yeah, that's why they kind of have those little Q-tips, the extra large Q-tips they just shove up there. They'll do that a couple times if that don't work, and because you get 5 minutes blood time, injury time, before you can forfeit out.
And if you ever want to see an iconic picture, go back, and it's probably on Facebook somewhere, the picture of Kyle Warner. And I believe it was at the state tournament where they completely wrapped his whole face in gauze.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that was against a Jordan boy from St. Paris Graham.
Yeah, they couldn't get the blood to stop. They stopped multiple times, and they finally just wrapped his whole face. I don't know how he was able to breathe and continue to wrestle.
If it was Paris Graham, it's probably Micah, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure it was Isaac.
Isaac, okay.
Yeah, Kyle's a little bit older than Micah.
That's right. I had my years mixed up.
There were so many of them. It's so easy to get them.
There's so many of them, and they all kind of look like cookie cutters. The other just a different weight class, depending on which one.
They all got the cauliflower ear, and they just look tough.
Still on blood time on the right, but looks like we're going to come back in for the consolations. Leading right now is the West Holmes wrestler at 113. It is Peyton Martin who's got the lead. We're back on the championship rounds on the right, as it's Albright who starts off on top on Guntram. She gets to her feet, and going to get a whistle.
Going to go to the third period with Albright leading 6-2. And Steubenville coaches say they want her on her feet. So we're going to get a neutral start here in the third.
This has been a pretty vital match already early for Steubenville, because the way Guntram's been able to bring the pressure to Albright, you know, this could be huge for them down the road. And there goes Guntram around his back.
She's going to get a throw by, and she's going to get a 2-point takedown, going to make it 6-4. She's riding tough, too. Got Albright bellied down. Albright trying to work up to his base here. He's going to need to get hand control.
Minute 20 showing on the clock. Now for Albright, you kind of went from really wanting to push the issue to maybe get a couple extra points to probably now you're thinking, you're in the back of your own head going, well, I don't want to force too much, so maybe now I just kind of want to just ride it out and get the 3 points.
She's got the bar, and deep bar here, and looked like she was going to start running it. And she is. She's got Albright.
Oh, and he somehow rotated through. Now he's got Guntram in trouble. Out of bounds, but it is going to get the 1 on the escape.
Going to make it 7-4 with 58 seconds to go here in the third.
That almost got very hairy very quickly for Steubenville.
And there's a shot by Albright. He's bringing it in.
He's going to go right around back.
He's in position to get a 2-point takedown. He's going to bring her down to the mat. Give him a 9-4 lead here. 39 seconds to go. This is where it's big if Albright can get a turn here and get that extra team point to get the major decision.
I'm always amazed by the 2 mats going on, or even more than that, you know, when you get to like the state duel and everything. How you don't get confused by which whistle is which when you're down there on the mat.
There is times where it will happen, and they'll try to use the ref. If the ref hears it whenever he goes to do it, they'll reset. They'll reset instead of giving the caution, because I mean, when you're a wrestler, you're not looking around. And a lot of times, you're in your own zone. You just hear a whistle, it's explode.
Speaking of caution, that will go on Albright as he started just a bit early. Gunstrom tries to get her hips out, can't quite do it.
20 seconds to go here in the third period. Albright still lead 9-4. Got Gunstrom belly down here. Got the bar. I don't know if he's going to have much time to do anything with it. He's running it.
He's going to try to get it up and over. He will get some points. 5 seconds here. If he's going to go for the fall, he's going to have to put it down. He's not going to quite get it.
He just got the major decision.
He did. 3 points. 8-point win will give him the major, and that extra team point could be huge.
Yeah, that's huge for Albright there, getting that extra team point. Going to put the Braves up 10-0 here.
Well, Gunstrom gave him a fight, without a doubt.
Going to have Niall Abiel for the Braves, and for Steubenville, we're going to have Kaysen Berkey.
I believe it is Carson. We're also trying to simultaneously look at the weights to make sure that they weighed in properly.
Yeah, it looks like Griner weighed in to where he could wrestle 20.
He could go up to, 20, or it could go down to 20, but I think he is at 126, which we did just see him against New Philly, West Holmes. That would make sense.
And this is one of those chess matches for Steubenville and who to send out, because Niall was a very, very stout competitor.
Timed that up well with the quick 2 from Abiel.
2-point takedown for Abiel, and he's already going to work on top. He's got the bar in. He's working into the half. And he's got the half in deep. He's going to try to run that over top.
Left side, we just had a West Holmes pin in the consolations. That'll tie the team score up at 6-6.
Abiel's got Berkey in trouble.
Berkey just somehow wiggles free.
A lot of fight, a lot of flexibility there. It's going to be a 3 near fall for Abiel. He's going to lead 5-0 here.
It'll never cease to amaze me that I see these guys get stuck in these positions and somehow find a way through. Now we're going to get a
potentially dangerous call here
on Abiel. Not sure where you would have a better idea.
A lot of times they're watching that shoulder, making sure it don't go, or the shoulder making sure it don't go above a 90. So they'll call potentially dangerous there and get a restart.
All in the mind of, keeping everybody as safe as possible. It's
a
naturally brutal sport, but the last thing you need is to make it worse on them.
Whenever you're running bars and power halves and stuff, them shoulders are always getting put in ways that they're probably not supposed to go to, so try to make it as safe as possible. Abiel here still riding tough. About 50 seconds to go here in the first period.
5-0's his lead.
He's got still riding tough, and he's got that far side wrist here. Deep half. He's going to try to jump to the other side and get it.
Now for Berkey, just kind of trying to survive this first period now with just the 20 seconds. I think he got a quick glance up at the clock, or maybe his team might have told him.
Abiel's looked like he's in a good position here. About 10 seconds to go here in the first period. Berkey belly down here. He's going to have to work his way up. Abiel still riding tough. Looks like we're going to go into the second period here with Abiel leading 5-0.
So it will be selection for Indian Valley, and they're going to want to defer. Steubenville once. Up for Berkey.
Choose top position. Abiel's going to go down.
The chess match within the chess match, Shannon.
One of those ones where Abiel got a quick takedown and put him in trouble basically that whole period. So probably
not a bad idea.
Yes.
So take the ankle high, tries a trip, will get it.
I think they might have missed a locked hands call there around the knees. Abiel back up to his feet. Berkey dropping back to that single, going to try to bring him back down to the mat. And he's going to do it.
Another trip, but they're going to go out of bounds.
Going to get a restart here with 1:38 here to go in the second period.
Niall's one of those kids. He's fun to watch when he's on the bottom because he's so calculated in what he does. Everything's kind of slow motion with him, and he wants you to make a mistake.
Yep, that's exactly right. And Abiel keeps getting in good position. Berkey keeps switching off, dropping to singles, dropping to doubles, and now Abiel finally breaks away, and he's in position to get a 2-point reversal here.
You can see him almost biding his time. He was getting an idea of where Berkey wanted to go, and he took advantage of it.
He got his reversal, and now he's got about 1:10 to go here on top. Because this is a weight where Indian Valley's thinking bonus points.
Because then we come back again to that extra point that you got from Albright just as the buzzer was sounding. Every single one of those is going to matter.
Berkey's going to get an escape there. It's going to be 7-1 Abiel. Abiel blocks off that shot.
Kind of has the arm tied up.
Yeah,
if you could get around right there, but instead he'll go all the way to the back for the 2.
Abiel looks like he might let him go again, try to get another takedown here. He's going to lead 9-2.
30 seconds showing in the second period. As you said before, Indian Valley leads 10-0 in the finals. Winner. The team will move on to the state duels. Now,
dump in there.
Abiel almost got caught. We're going to get a whistle here. Blood time. Saw the Steubenville coaching staff jump up there, Blazer. Was thinking, why did you whistle it? Oh, wait a minute. All right.
Is it Abiel with the blood, or?
No, I think it is Berkey, but I think Abiel got a little bit on him.
I don't think Berkey even knew he was bleeding because he was looking up, wondering what was going on.
Welcome to wrestling, where we don't get timeouts for necessarily adjustments. We get it for blood time. So Niall has the 9-2 lead. And once again, over on the consolation side that you see on your screen, 6-6 is the team score.
Looks like
New Philadelphia has the advantage.
Crespo Reyes for the Quakers leading 8-3 over
Gabe Umstead.
Yep. And this looks like they're about to go to the third period.
So run me through this, too, from your experience. You know, both New Philadelphia and West Holmes very disappointed that they weren't able to advance. But at the end of the day, you know, there's still a lot of pride on the line. These guys are not going to be taking this lightly.
No, nobody wants to go to a district duels or regional duels or anything like that and leave 0-2. Mm-hmm. So they're looking as a team. Let's finish on the strong side, come out with a win, and then like we mentioned before, these are teams that are possibly coming out of the same sectional 100%, same sectional 100% coming out of the same district. So these are matches that these guys are going to have to see and wrestle, and possibly these are matches that could determine whether I go to the individual state tournament or not.
Berkey must have been all over the map before they noticed the need for blood time. They're going all over the place for wiping up.
I kind of think, you know, when you see that blood, you're supposed to stop the map, but I think that official gave him the opportunity to score that point, and once he seen he couldn't score that point, then he hurried up and stopped it.
He might have also been looking for, you know, not necessarily looking at his face, looking wherever the point could have been.
Yeah.
And then just happened to look up and went, oh, wait a minute.
And
Abiel quickly on him.
Quick takedown here. He had 14 seconds to start to finish this second period, and he gets that takedown. That's going to put him up 11-2.
Got to love the lower weights, how fast these guys are able to move. Over on your championship side on the right.
It's going to be Abiel's choice. He's going to go down.
As Abiel going to try to go for a quick escape here.
Berkey's going to drop to that single as Abiel tries to come up.
Same kind of move. He's really like that trip and that pull him down. Now he's going to try to lock him and roll him over.
Abiel's got that near side leg. Berkey's kind of got that anchor. Berkey's getting his hips up here.
Abiel will sprawl back out. Keep his head high.
Berkey here, look.
Now he's on the mat.
Got the boot in.
Abiel's been in control this whole time, but all of a sudden finds himself in a not great position.
Trying to step up here. Berkey's really good at when Abiel tries to step up, drop into that single.
I said not in a great position, and all of a sudden he turns around.
Abiel's trying to crush that far side hip. Going to try to circle. They're going to get a stalemate here and get a restart with 59 seconds to go here in the third. Abiel leading 11-2. Looks like we got a headgear problem.
Which I'm honestly surprised does not happen more.
Yeah. And whenever it does, sometimes when you start messing with that headgear, it takes longer than the time that you get to fix it. So you'll have the kid who's
just go get a different one.
Yeah. Wait, throw it over. Abiel trying to work up to his feet, postured up. Berkey dropping back down to that single.
Abiel trying to turn away, still going high. Another trip. Abiel fights it off that time.
Berkey's probably going to get a stall. Yep, there it is. Get a stalling call here. Indian Valley coaches were calling for it. You got to.
The referee was telling him actually the same thing there. You could. I'm not sure exactly his words, but he says, hey, you got to pick it up a little bit.
So in college, whenever you drop to that single, you get a couple seconds before they hit you with a stalling call. You kind of got to work up off the leg. And that's kind of what he's doing here again, bringing it back up. You got to return him back down to the mat, or now he's collecting that far side leg, and he's going to get a locked hands call.
So 1 point going by way of Abiel. Kind of a rough go of it right now for Berkey. He's staying busy, but just nothing's really working out for him.
28.5 seconds to go here in the third. Abiel leading 12-2. Berkey trying to lock a cradle up. He's pretty high. Abiel's going to throw that elbow over. He's in position to get a 2-point reversal.
Boy, if Abiel can find a way to get him to his back quick, that'd be huge.
Yeah, the extra could have got a turn, could have got them extra team point for the Tech fall. I think we're going to run out of time here, though.
They are. Still a good win for Abiel, 14-4. He'll be victorious, and we'll able to get another 4 points on the board for Indian Valley.
Going to put the Braves up 14-0, and for now here at 126, sending out, we got Leroy Stagel going up against Camden Griner for Big Red.
Griner, if I'm not mistaken, Shannon, didn't have a bad start necessarily, but got caught and got put on the mat by Berkey.
There's a quick takedown. Quick takedown for Stagel. And for people watching who aren't familiar with Stagel's a returning state placer for the Braves, and he's got his eyes on more this year. Senior.
Just goes right through him. And now just picked up his legs and hoisted him back. That's a lot of strength that takes.
Yeah, and this is one of those matches where you got your senior going up against Griner, who's a freshman, and in a big duel, knowing what's important. This is where Stagel's going to look for. He's got his eyes on bonus points here.
Just another one of those upper weight or lower weight classes for Indian Valley that they just got so much length. And it's very, they use it to their advantage without a doubt.
Stagel's going to throw it by, and he's going to step over here. He's got Griner in trouble.
Griner is in deep trouble. Referee right in there checking for the shoulders, and there it is. Big win for Stagel.
That's Leroy's second pin of the day. He picked one up earlier against New Philly.
20-0. Indian Valley has now jumped out to the lead.
And here's where it's going to start getting interesting. We got Carson Hostetler, freshman for the Braves.
Looks like
Charlie Abbott going up for Big Red, and that's kind of how I think most people expected the 106 through 126, and now we're going to start getting into Steubenville's muscle.
Which actually I do not know. I can't remember. What did Abbott do the first time?
Abbott, he won by pin the first time over West Holmes.
All right, and Hostetler picked up the win for Indian Valley, I believe.
He picked up a 15-6 win.
And this is freshman versus sophomore, so two underclassmen and a big moment here. Abbott in deep on a single.
Hostetler tries to lock him up.
Abbott muscles through it here.
Somehow Hostetler kept his footing. Abbott just trying to muscle through.
Hostetler trying to elevate it.
I think they're going to go out.
Go out of bounds there.
That was one of those ones right there. It was either going to be a home run for Hostetler or a bad situation. And I think it was probably a good thing that it went out of bounds for him.
I don't think he had the momentum. It looked like he was going to be put straight to his back there. Both guys long 132-pounders. Both guys still filling each other out. Circling. There's a shot in there by Hostetler. Blocked off there by Abbott. Another shot in there by Hostetler. This one's a little bit deeper. Abbott with the whizzer here. Hostetler's going to need to shelf it or bring it up.
He does bring it up.
He's going to try to maybe bring him in closer to the center of the mat. He's still got that whizzer.
Doesn't quite secure it. Still no, out of bounds.
Momentum's going to take him out of bounds there.
The Indian Valley coaching staff, you probably heard they wanted it, but I don't think he ever fully secured it.
No, I think that's one where any part of the other part of the mat, he's in good position to get a 2-point takedown.
Well, when you run to the boundary like that, I mean, you're so limited on where you can actually go. Of course, then again, if that's just where you happen to end up, can't really do much about it.
And Hostetler's the aggressor. He's really firing off shots. Abbott's going to have to show some action on his feet, and other than just defending, or he's probably going to get popped for a stalling call here.
Which that might have been something that the coaching staff talked about because of how Abbott really dominated his last bout with the pin.
And we
probably said put the pressure on him.
And we seen Hostetler's last match where him and Harris, I believe it was, were going back and forth, nonstop action, and then Hostetler eventually wore him out.
Abbott there nearly had Hostetler on his backside, but again, they run to the boundary.
There's a quick shot off the whistle for Hostetler. We're about 5 seconds to go in the first period here. I think we're going to coast into the second period, knotted up at 0.
Stay deadlocked. Nothing.
That's one of those ones where you start hearing all the wrestling moms yell, short time, short time.
So Hostetler chooses down. Probably wise considering no scoring there in that first.
Hostetler trying to fire up. Abbott breaks him down to his belly. Looks like he's working that bar. Semi got it there. But also trying to pull that half, suck him back there. And he's got the half in now too. Kind of broke it off there. Hostetler up to his feet. Abbott trying to bring him down to the mat. And he's in trouble because he's
almost
that's
getting
deep.
the turn. There it is. There's 1, 2, 3. So here comes the points for Abbott. Now Hostetler's going to keep his far shoulder off the mat. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, that's deep. He's in a lot of trouble.
And he's stuck now. He'll rotate through and just get it up, but there's the call. That is huge for Steubenville, as that is a big win for Charlie Abbott.
That's going to make the team score Indian Valley lead 20-6, and now is where Steubenville, I think they might go on a little run here.
Also a consolation update. They are also at 132 pounds. 12-9 is the lead New Philly has on Steubenville.
Or on West Holmes.
Or pardon me, thank you. Too many names all floating around everywhere.
Here we got Rowan Pacine for the Braves going up against, I think that's Cal Beedling. For,
at 138,
Big Red.
Beedling.
And we got a quick takedown for Beedling here.
Senior versus sophomore.
Beedling's got working that bar, got that far side. He's got looks like he's trying to throw a half in.
Now, if you're Indian Valley here, like you said, about expecting a little run for Big Red, I mean, that's got to be your message to your wrestlers, right? You just got to say, hey, our goal here is to survive. Just get through this. Don't give up any more than you have to.
Any team point you can save these next couple weights, you'll take it.
Yeah, as a coach, it's tough to tell a kid, like, hey, listen, you're going against a lot of experience right here. Don't give up bonus points. As a kid, you want to say, hey, I'm going to go out and win, coach, and he's sitting here thinking, just don't give up bonus points.
Yep.
We would love for you to win. However, the team win is the much more important thing right now.
Beedling is tilting him here.
Pacine was stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's going to be 2 back points.
Going to give Beedling a 4-0 lead with a minute to go here in the first period. And now he's got a deep bar here. He's going to have to watch and keep it legal. We're starting to go up the back there.
West Holmes leads New Philly in the consolation 15-9. Got a win at 132 pounds. 138 on your screen right now. Pacine, he's stuck.
Beedling's got Pacine in trouble.
More back points. He might get him down.
Keep coming around. Got about 20 seconds to go here in the first period.
Which is an eternity for him. He will almost get all the way through, but a great job getting cut off there by Beedling.
Beedling with the reverse half there. And Pacine's in trouble.
Trying to just survive this first period. 7 seconds.
He's fighting. I think he's going to do it.
3, 2, 1, and that will do it. That's 3 points, though, by way of Beedling, who will take a 7-0 lead now into the second.
Beedling is going to defer.
Pacine once down.
Beedling leading 7-0 here in the second period. Beedling quickly breaks him down. Already going to work on top, fighting those hands. He's going for a tilt right there. And he's counting back. Albright trying to keep his shoulders up.
Pacine finds himself having to rotate away again, or 3 more back points for Beedling. That's an interesting decision that Pacine went with down, Blaze, just because he knows that Beedling's been just turning him.
I was kind of surprised by that. Because Beedling had his way with him in the first period. And then quickly in the second period has him in trouble.
Minute 20 showing in the second. 20-6. Indian Valley leads Steubenville in the championship of this district duel here from Janayton.
Beedling's got that pry bar here, and he's running it over the head. And
now Pacine's finding his way on his back again. Beedling looking for a way to finish. Can't quite do it again.
I think he's gonna get 3 back here. It's gonna make it 13-0. And this is where Beedling's next turn has to be a fall, or it's gonna be a tech fall. So this is where Pacine fighting, staying on his back. It's not fun. Nobody wants to sit on their back and fight off their back. But this is where if he does get put to his back and he can fight off without giving up the fall, he can save a team point.
And to your point earlier about the keeping everybody safe, they didn't like the way Pacine's shoulder was getting torqued on the inside. That's why they blew the whistle and restarted.
So this is one where Steubenville coaches are probably going to tell him, hey, this is your best. You got the rest of the second period and the third period. We need your best pinning combination.
If you're going to try to put him down now.
Got about 26 seconds to go here, and Beedling's running. Looks like he's got a bar. He's running it over.
20 seconds showing. Beedling took a quick look up at the clock. So does Pacine.
If you see that ref down there, he's looking closely, watching where Beedling's keeping his forearm in his back, making sure he's not going above 90.
5 seconds. Pacine will ride it out, but Beedling's going to have a huge advantage heading into the third.
Steubenville's taking top. I see their coaches already saying top.
Without a doubt, considering how Beedling's done.
Yeah, I mean, Beedling might struggle on the top right here to start the third period, but
it's also one they need the fall here, because they know if they go neutral and they get the takedown, 15, that'll make it 15-0. That's a tech fall. And if you go bottom and you get the reversal, that's a tech fall. So they know what they need. Beedling needs that. They're wanting that fall here.
Difference, as we said before, difference between 5 points and 6 points, rather large, especially in what we expect this to come down to.
Pacine still fighting down there. Beedling riding tough. He's got that bar in, trying to stick the half in with it. And he's running it. This one looks like it might be a little deeper than some of the other ones.
Pacine trying to wiggle away, hoists up his right shoulder, gets Beedling kind of up off the mat. Pacine putting every ounce of fight he's got into it. Beedling, though, just back and forth goes Pacine, and there it is. Beedling earns the fall, and that is another big one for Steubenville. They keep clawing back. They trail 20-18 or 20-12 now.
Yeah, that's one of them ones where, as a Steubenville coach, that's about as picture perfect as you can ask. You got the working on top, getting your points racked up, and then you got the fall and still got the 16 points. Here
Cooper Smith for Steubenville.
Going up against Aiden Braun for the Braves. Cooper Smith is
sophomore, but quite the accomplished sophomore.
Yeah, he's ranked 3rd in the state this year as a sophomore.
Braun also, I believe, got a fall in his first bout.
There's a quick takedown for Smith. And he's going to go straight to work on top.
Yeah, Aiden Braun got a pin in his first one.
Smith, I believe, was also rather.
Smith jumped. He wrestled at 150, and he won 6-0.
That was the one where Smith, you remember, got a takedown and then just rode out each period, all 3 times.
And Smith here has got Braun in a lot of trouble. He's in that good position to get a fall.
And there is another fall for Steubenville. That run in the middle weights continues, and they have cut the lead to 2 for Indian Valley.
It's going to make it 20-18, Indian Valley leading here, going up at 150 where.
Now this one is going to get rather interesting if Indian Valley goes where I think they're going, Blaze. Because for Steubenville, it's going to be Brady Suckosh, and I'm pretty sure for Indian Valley, it is going to be Quake Beatty.
Quake's putting his headgear on.
Suckosh versus Beatty. This is going to be a good one.
I think they're sending somebody else out
No,
here.
they are not. And it's going to be Connor Pierce instead for Indian Valley.
Looks like Etney Richardson almost looked like he was on
I
the
was
mat
wondering
too.
where he was going.
So
Pierce is going up against Suckosh, and Suckosh, one of the most accomplished wrestlers in this Steubenville lineup. Pierce, I believe, a junior, and this is his first year back to wrestling in quite a while.
And it looks like, I think we mentioned it earlier, but Suckosh, nationally ranked, 2-time state placer, state runner-up. His credentials speak for itself. He's going to get another quick takedown here. And he's got a cradle locked up.
Pierce stuck. Suckosh.
He fought that off.
He did get through it. Pierce taken down again. Suckosh rotates over him, lets him go.
Suckosh back in on a shot, leading 6-2 here. Pierce trying to roll through. Suckosh has him in trouble.
Suckosh has got him in trouble. Pierce trying to rotate, hold up, get that shoulder up. He does do a good job fighting it off. So I would imagine for Indian Valley, Blaze, that means Beatty probably going to come in at 157.
157, and looks like he's going to have Fulks.
Well, here's your pick. You're taking Suckosh, you're taking Fulks. And there's going to be a pin for Suckosh as he is able to put away Pierce.
That's going to put Steubenville up 24-20 now. When we talked about that run in the middle, this is kind of what we expected. But yeah, one of those ones where you're going to wrestle Fulks or you're going to wrestle Suckosh. Both really good wrestlers, but.
So 24-20.
And the thing is, with this run in the middle weights, Big Red wrestlers are doing what they have to do. They're getting the pins and getting those bonus points.
They are. They're doing exactly what they have to do. These are 2 guys that might have met on the football field this year, right?
Yep, they met.
Oh, they did.
They met at the regional semifinals.
They certainly did,
and it was an instant classic.
We had a couple times of saying Fulks up the middle, Beatty on the tackle, just more than once.
Yeah, I know, because I know nobody's running up the middle without Beatty getting a helmet on him.
Fulks, this is the potential for both sides to be your make or break moment, really.
Yeah, I think, and what's interesting about this is Fulks is a 57-pounder. Beatty's wrestled 44 this year, so.
And you're going to look at this on your screen. You see the same thing we do in terms of size. I mean, Fulks has the advantage. That's for
Fulks
certain.
weighed in a lot heavier, and he's definitely the bigger wrestler here. But as we've said, Beatty, you don't see a lot of guys that are 150 pounds at linebacker hitting guys the way Beatty does. So
he won't back down. We know that. But for Fulks, he had a dominant first performance too. And one of the seniors on this Steubenville squad who's a leader, he's very well aware of what he can do if he is able to pick up a bonus points win here. That's going to be a lot easier said than done, but
both
that would
guys
be huge for Big Red.
Showing a lot of respect to each other, just kind of circling, filling each other out here.
Yeah, they're both going to wait. They're technical wrestlers right here. They know they can't afford to make one mistake, or it could be the only mistake you need to make in this match. And they're going to dance around until they get their opening.
Beatty was going to try to do a kind of blow-by there and go around the back of Fulks, who I thought was going to shoot just a little bit deeper. Now they lock up hands.
The funny thing about it is with Beatty and Fulks, even though it looks like they're both just kind of hanging slow.
Oh, no, this is...
One of them, it only takes a split second, and one of them's exploding through a shot here.
A stall warning for both there, Blaze?
Yep.
Is that double stall call?
It was.
That's unusual, but as you get to districts and state and stuff like that, that's something you'll see more often. Refs are a lot less lenient. They want to see action. They want to see work, and they're going to make guys wrestle.
Well, we're going to go through an entire first period with no real shot from either side. Going to stay 0-0, and it will be choice for Beatty, who is going to want down. Oh, no, sorry, it's a defer, and it was Fulks who wanted down? Or
I thought they pointed over to
They did,
Braves,
and then they looked, and then they asked the Steubenville
yeah, because I seen
staff.
Fulks pointing down too.
Well, that was bizarre. Regardless, we know that it's Beatty down, Fulks up.
Yeah, Dusty had the choice because this is going to this might come down to who gets this first point.
Well, here goes Fulks on a turn. Beatty finds himself stuck.
Fulks is looking for the tilt. Beatty needs to get his hips
Beatty's
up
got the left leg of Fulks secured, though. Actually, I think he's got the left wrist. I thought it was the leg. Now, this is where Fulks, being the bigger wrestler, has such an advantage, too.
Fulks with a roll-through tilt, and he's getting back points on Beatty. Looks like he got a 2 count there. Ref's holding 2.
Now, if you're Fulks, Blaze, is that what you just want to keep doing? You know, if you can keep him secure, just keep rotating him for more and more back points.
Oh, my goodness.
As what of Matt returned for Fulks, gets Beatty down. He's looking for the fall.
Beatty in trouble.
Beatty somehow gets the shoulder up. Boy, that was impressive.
That's one of those ones when you talk about a mat return to your back, you won't see it much better than that.
I'm wondering if we're going to get a stallmate call here because neither guy's moving.
Yeah, I kind of can't really see what position Beatty's in.
There it is.
I was going to say, if you was having trouble seeing, all you had to do is look down at the screen right here. They had a better view than what we could see through the Steubenville coach.
I was too locked in.
I'm not sure what they did. I think they just deducted might have just deducted a team point from Steubenville because the coach was on the mat.
I think they did. The referee was looking right at him. And
they
sure
did.
enough, they did. Now that becomes a lot more interesting.
That's big, yeah. Because whenever they were kind of cheering, the ref kind of almost backed into the one coach on the mat.
Try a roll through by Beatty. That was not going to work, but they go to the boundary.
And if you know Quake Beatty, you're down 5-0. That kid is as tough as it gets. You're not going to see him change his approach.
Another mat return. And this is where it gets interesting again, because when they said that they wanted Beatty to start down, I wondered, Fulks has got the length and the size advantage, and I'm not sure if, Coach Braun and the rest of the coaching staff thought maybe Beatty could get a quick explosion out from below.
I think that's what they were. Whenever you're in a 0-0 match and the guy gets first choice in the second period, a lot of time the guy who gets the first point will get the choice in the ultimate tiebreaker. So they were thinking maybe get that quick escape, get that point, and Beatty's
trying to roll through, just couldn't quite get it.
Fulks here still riding tough.
We got a blood time again?
That's what I'm thinking.
Sure enough, we do, and it is going to be on Beatty. Well, I say on Beatty like it's a problem, but it's Beatty who needs the blood time. So let's go back to that one team point deduction there, guys. I mean, because it makes it 23-20, and we go from, one of those falls that Steubenville got being a huge deal to it almost just being a tech fall, which,
exactly.
We can't discredit any of that performance at all, but, we're talking about a moment that if Indian Valley in a higher weight then is able to secure a fall, that's a 2-point swing,
that's a big swing.
That could be huge.
And a match that we expect could come down to that's important.
Yeah, and as a coach going into these, you try to keep your athletes calm so they don't give up a team point with celebration or,
throwing headgear.
And then all of a sudden a coach gets excited and steps onto the mat in celebration. And
it could have been a case of just poor timing, too. If they just thought maybe the referee was on the other side. On the consolation side on your left, I take that back. We're going back to the championships, but it is a 28-18 lead. I think Philly has on West Holmes.
I think it's Philly, yeah.
Yeah, West Holmes had to give up a couple forfeits to get in there in the middle, and that hurt him.
Beatty turns.
Beatty looks like he's going to get the escape.
But Fulks locks up both elbows.
Looks like we're going to go into the third period with Beatty trailing 5-1.
No, they did not give him the escape. Oh, no, they did. I'm sorry. I did not see the whistle. So Fulks chooses down. Good eye on that, Blaze.
I seen the ref hold up. I didn't see him actually separate, and I seen the ref holding his one up, so I was like, okay.
Must have just been enough of a separation before Fulks jumped right back on him.
There's a quick
Fulks quickly
switch
around.
position by Fulks.
Still, there's the escape.
Going to make it 6-1. This is where Steubenville coaches are probably going to want Fulks to push the pace here more than General, try to get that extra team point.
Now Fulks is going to have to watch. He was over by the boundary and kept trying to pull and kind of pulled Beatty out. And there's going to be too quick on Beatty for a caution, going to be for him. That one was well before the whistle.
Yeah. Beatty's normally pretty good about timing them.
Fulks with a shot. Beatty stuffed it, tried to run around, but Fulks quickly back up to his feet. Now Beatty slings him down. And we're back out to the boundary again. You could never guess that they're in the third period with 1:30 to go, and these guys haven't slowed down.
Yeah, they're and this is where guys like Fulks and Beatty, they're both experienced seniors. They know the postseason's around. This is where the closer you get to March, their best wrestling is going to continue. They're going to continue to wrestle their best wrestling. Two guys that have both placed at the state tournament before, so they know where they got to peak, and they're on that cliff to peaking right now. There's a takedown, go behind by Fulks.
Beatty went for an ankle pick there and hesitated, and Fulks made him pay. He went for the reach and didn't quite get it, couldn't get back out in time.
Fulks, they looks like they're kind of stagnant here. Steubenville coach is wanting a stalling call on Beatty. This is where it's interesting. Is Fulks going to try to get the turn, or is he going to kick him out and try to get another takedown?
Well, looks like Fulks might try to turn him. There it is. There's the roll. Beatty
got it.
There were two swipes.
So that makes it 10-1.
And that bonus point comes into play again.
30-second showing. Beatty's probably going to just try to ride it out. Fulks, unless he's got something up the bag of tricks, he's just going to try to spin him again.
He's looking for a tilt again, but he's got his hips down. This is where Beatty
locked in on the one leg of Fulks. Now he'll get it free. Beatty tries to get through. Fulks doesn't break out. Beatty gets to the boundary. 10.7 showing here in the third.
What normally would work for Beatty there, Fulks is just so athletic and trailing.
Now, if Beatty does get a quick reversal here, we're talking in terms of team point score. That could be huge. Nope. Instead, I thought Fulks was going to go for another turn, but it looks like he just puts Beatty's chest down to the mat, who he looks over to his coaching staff and shakes his head and puts his head down. Disappointed in himself.
It's going to make it 27-20, Big Red.
Absolutely no shame in that, because Xavier Fulks, boy, is he something else.
And that's one, like we mentioned, Beatty's given up a lot of weight there. Fulks is a 57, wrestled 65 some this year. Beatty's wrestled 44 this year.
So we move on to a buck 57, pardon me.
Yeah,
no, buck 65.
Yeah, 165, so that with the bump ups. Looks like we got Brogan O'Connor.
Landon Crozier for Steubenville. Steubenville leading 27-20 on this run in the middle weights. This is where the Braves are going to need somebody to kind of step up in a big way.
And with the Braves bumping up, they're going to be giving up some size at a couple of these weights.
Because O'Connor, he weighed in at
156.
156 and a half. Crozier 163.
Yeah, so.
Which, for somebody not familiar with wrestling, 7 pounds, they say, that's 7 pounds. That 7 pounds can mean a world of difference.
And that's at weigh-ins. You never know how much somebody rehydrates back up. I've seen some crazy rehydrations, and there's no re-weigh-in for this, so one-day weigh-in.
It's good timing you say crazy rehydrations. Take a sip of Gatorade.
There's a shot
O'Connor trying to search and find the leg. Crozier stuffed it. Now he's trying to go around. Good job by O'Connor.
Yeah, he looked like he was in trouble when he was flattened down to his belly, and way to circle back up. There's a shot, kind of half shot by Crozier. He just backed straight out, so when you back straight out on the boundary, you're going to get hit with a stall call. That's where you kind of, even though you're on the edge, you want to kind of almost make it look like you're circling back in.
Or you didn't mean to necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
And the consolations, New Philly now leading 32-18 over West Holmes. 40-second showing in the first. Crozier and O'Connor just kind of feeling each other out. O'Connor dives away. as Crozier thought he had an opening.
Both guys, there's a shot by Crozier. O'Connor don't want to go straight back out. They called kind of like an action call out of bounds, but he's lucky he didn't get hit with another stall call there.
That's where we go back to, again, like I said Blaze, about make it look like you didn't mean to.
15 seconds to go here in the first period. Both guys still knotted up, kind of filling each other out. 0-0 here. Kind of hand fighting.
There goes Crozier, kind of going straight at O'Connor again. There's the boundary. O'Connor's going to have to fight through it, and he will.
That's where you see him on the edge. He kind of circled back, tried to circle back in. And that's where sometimes that size can, you can use that size as your advantage and kind of push the other guy around a little bit on the mat. Control center.
So we stay 0-0, and Crozier's down.
Crozier steps up. O'Connor going to try to return him back down to the mat. He's going to just kind of let him go here. Crozier's going to lead 1-0. Kind of half shot there by Crozier. Front headlock position by O'Connor. He's trying to snap it back down. Dump position by Crozier.
Oh, and Crozier walks it over, and he got it.
He's going to get a 2-point takedown there. He's going to lead 3-0 now.
Big move by the freshman.
Crozier riding tough. O'Connor got his head on the mat. Crozier still riding tough, looking for a pending combination. Looks like he's kind of got a bar in there. He's got the bar. Looks like he's going to try to get to the side and start running it.
1 minute showing here in the second. 3-0. Crozier leads O'Connor. Team score 7 to the good if you're Steubenville.
Crozier's got O'Connor in trouble. They're counting back.
3, 4.
And he's going to try to sit that hip through.
Trying to get around the head.
If he's able to sit that hip through, he's going to be in trouble.
There it is. O'Connor somehow got his top half up and rotated around, but now he's caught again. And there it is. And that is massive for Steubenville. They're going to go up now 33-20. So if you are Indian Valley, Blaze and Shannon, that would pretty much do it.
So you
got 4 classes left?
So they'll be 75, 90. So you got 4 classes. So
that would be it. No, I'm sorry, that would not be it. That would be a big in terms of, other than trying to get the bonus points is what I was trying to go with.
Yeah. So, yeah, Indian Valley is going to need some bonus points here.
Or I'm just that bad at math and don't understand the difference between 12 and 24.
Here we got Tristan Bryan bumping up to 175.
Giving up a lot of weight to Landon Babel.
So Tristan weighed in at 163.
Babel at 175.5.
Yeah, so a little bit of size. Kind of shot in there by Bryan. Bryan's going to run him out. We're going to get a restart here with 1:15 to go here in the first period. Both guys kind of circling, fighting hands.
Now I got to ask, because we discussed it, in the lower weights, then in the middle weights, and kind of had to see with the higher weights. This has pretty much gone how we expected it to.
Yeah, it really has. I think that Indian Valley, maybe the 132-pound match, Indian Valley, I think, was hoping for a little different outcome.
Now trying to go through, and it was a great job by Bryan to somehow stave that off, because Babel had him caught in a bad way.
And with Indian Valley bumping up, they must see something in the lineup to where they think, like, okay, we can get an advantage here. There's Bryan in on shot. He's going to need to come up through the crotch, climb through.
Well,
kind of what he's doing.
I'm not sure exactly what they see, but I know for Steubenville they did not have a 215-pounder unless they were going to bump up Socha and Russell West.
West Holmes defeated Steubenville in the 175, 190, and 215 classes. So, I mean, you have the opportunity.
It could be. You could be right on the money there, as there was 2 points for Babel. This is when you're the Indian Valley coaching staff, too. You're hoping that senior in Brian, he can use that knowledge to
kind of come through for you here. Going to go to the second period. Babel leading 2-0. Babel's going to go down here. Babel up to his feet quick.
Got those hands broken free almost immediately, and he will get the escape point.
He's going to lead 3-0 here.
Brian kind of has one of those funk styles to him sometimes. He'll get his body twisted in ways you don't think a body can twist.
A little unorthodox.
Babel in here on a single. He's going to drive double, and he's going to get a 2-point takedown here. He's going to have a 5-0 lead here with a little under a minute 30 to go here in the second.
Wasn't sure if you had anything on Babel, just a sophomore for Steubenville.
Yeah, Steubenville, the guys I kind of had marked was Beedling. He's a 2-time state qualifier. He's a senior, ranked 9th. Cooper Smith, as we've seen earlier, ranked 3rd. Brody Sakoch, ranked 2nd. Xavier Falks ranked 7th, and then Landon Crozier ranked 27th. So
interesting, all the weight classes that Steubenville got the wins in.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty much every single one you went through there. But Babel here doing a great job.
Well, and the plus side, all those wrestlers that he just named, that's who Babel's got to take on in the weight room.
Yeah.
Or the wrestling room.
Yeah, you can't ask for better drill partners, can you?
As we have said before, iron sharpens iron.
And Babel's got Brian in trouble. He's sit through on this bar. Looks like he's going to get 3 back here. It's going to give him an 8-0 lead here.
With this in mind, with the 4 weight classes, including this one to go, the potential, if you're Indian Valley, to get 24 points. I'm not saying that's what they're going to get. Now, all of a sudden, with Brian, he came in probably a little confident with this. You're looking up with it being an 8-0 differential. Now, if you're Brian, you got to be running through your head how careful you have to be from here on out to try to keep giving your team the best chance they've got.
Yeah, and it's one of those ones where if Steubenville wins here by 4, they're going to be up 7, or a major decision as it is now. They're going to be up 17. So Indian Valley is going to have to pin out.
They're going to have to get some huge moments.
But if Babel gets a fall here, he has a chance to put this match away. Going to be a caution here.
So now I run you through this scenario. We're looking way too far ahead, but let's say it is a tech fall. Somehow if Babel can secure that here in 1 period at the end, it would mean that if Indian Valley gets 3 straight falls, we all of a sudden have a tie situation.
We'd go to criteria, and that's a little over my head. That's where those refs down there, they'll go to the stat book and get the rule book out.
And we'll let them handle that. We're not even going to try to go
believe
through.
First criteria is total matches won.
Okay.
See?
And then if that's a tie.
And Shannon said he's just here to talk. He's just here to randomly
I can't
clip in,
remember
right?
that. Well, when you graduate.
Brian knows he needs a big point, and he's got Babel on his back. He's stepping over.
Brian gets the fall.
Down 8-0. And he gets a big fall for the Braves here. It's going to make it 26-33.
Hey, remember when we were talking about the tiebreakers and criteria? I don't think we have to worry about that now. Things just got interesting. Brian might have heard us and said
that's where your senior knows
strength
the
coming
situation,
out.
and he didn't quit, got the fall here. That's big for Indian Valley.
And I've watched this kid do this the last couple years. He'll get himself in situations and then pull out a home run like that. Outstanding job by Tristan Bryan.
Kind of remind me yesterday of the Ohio State Penn State match. Bernie Truax jumped out to a quick 5-0 lead on Ryder Rogoski, and Rogoski put him to his back and got a fall. And it was Truax ranked in the top 5. Rogoski, a freshman.
It is unbelievable, this sport. You see most other sports, if you control for most of the game and stuff, for the most part, you're probably going to be the one who's going to be the win. As for wrestling, Slight different.
Yeah.
Slightly different. Marco Socha is up for Steubenville at $190.
And we got Caden Riggs here for the Braves.
Which I would assume that would mean Noah West will wrestle up from Steubenville at $215 coming up next.
Going up against Jackson Bircher.
What a turn of events we just saw.
We're kind of over here almost
stunned, really, still. There's going to be a fall on the consolation side for West Holmes over New Philly at their 190-pound match.
And it looks
their
like
team scores tightened up a little bit.
Yeah, West Holmes, this is where them upperweights are really starting to bring that duel close.
Stalemate here on your championship side.
Because that one, Philly.
That fall, that puts them back within 2.
Yeah, 32-30. Going into 215.
Now if you're Indian Valley with Riggs up here, Socha, if I'm not mistaken, Shannon, I don't think he got pinned. I think he did absorb the loss.
Yeah, because I think he wrestled Grant Miller.
Mm-hmm. So he wrestled up to 215 the last time.
Yeah, which not to look over. I'm looking at the championship mat right now, but it looks like over there on the consolation mat, Miller didn't go out for 215.
No.
So I'm thinking they're going to send him out at heavyweight to wrestle Ryan.
Yeah, Miller got the pin against Socha in the first round.
And Riggs for Indian Valley, his first time up. I think he absorbed the loss.
Yeah, Riggs lost the first match.
So the chess match continues.
That's what's fun about these big duels is both teams both coaches and teams and both staffs are putting a plan together that they see it to where they're in a good position. And then you get out here and you never know what happens.
Riggs is another one of these young kids for Indian Valley that the sky's the limit for him. I mean, he showed moments to where he's unstoppable, but then sometimes he'll show, he's still young.
So I got a text message from Coach Warner here. He sent me a message that said if it's a tie, Indian Valley will win because of the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Oh, good call. Thank you, Coach Warner, for that, and thank you, Blaze, for clarifying. It is Riggs on top, Socha on bottom. He chose bottom to start. See, we just needed to ask somebody a lot more knowledgeable than us. That's what it is.
Yeah, so over here on the consolation mat, you got Ryan going up against Miller. Both guys ranked in the state. Ryan at heavyweight, Miller at 215. So both boys are put together.
Miller weighed in at 213 this morning.
Ryan weighed 284, I believe.
So that's a slight difference.
Yeah, when you say a full-size heavyweight, Ryan is the definition of a full-size heavyweight.
That's what we want to remind everybody at heavyweight. 285 is the max, right?
Yeah, so 285, and then today they got 4 pounds, so they've been allowed to weigh 289.
Yep.
Riggs riding tough here. Got Socha kind of broke down. Socha's going to get hit with a stalling call here.
And when you're talking about a bout like this that's under a minute to go in the second, those stallings and a potential point going to Riggs would be massive.
Yeah, and Riggs still riding tough. It's still 0-0.
This could be a huge moment for Indian Valley if Riggs is able to pull out a victory, or on the other side for Steubenville, depending on what Socha is able to accomplish, he could put it away.
Yeah, he could 100% put this duel away and send Steubenville to the state duels.
Lost some headgear here for Socha. Riggs dives in. Socha tries to go up over the top, trying to run.
Riggs is going to try to bring him back down.
Riggs got him back down. My goodness.
That was huge with only 15 seconds left, but he's got to keep him down.
Steubenville coaches.
Riggs was going for a turn there.
He's kind of in a Merkel position here. He's going to try to. I think he should probably play it safe.
Let cooler heads prevail there for Riggs. He wants down.
Riggs was looking at the clock. It was 0. The referee didn't know it. And
Riggs was going to let him go, and he thought it was going to be an escape.
Yeah, the young man that was supposed to come out and tap the referee got a late start to the mat. He didn't make it there in time.
By the way, on consolations on the left, nothing between Miller and Dylan Ryan.
Riggs is going to go down here. Nothing.
Now, keep in mind, Socha's already got that stalling. And Riggs with the reversal. Well, never mind. I was going to say something about if he gets nailed with it again, a potential point going for Riggs. Well,
he's got him about that. He's got him belly down on his belly. He's going to have to. Socha's going to have to work up, or he's going to get hit again. And over here on the consolation mat.
Into the second period.
Into the second period, leading 0-0. But based off the score, West Holmes is leading 36-22. So
Ryan needs something big.
Ryan's going to need a pen or a check's going to give Philly the win. A major's going to go to criteria.
You want to try to pin Grant Miller?
Yeah.
Riggs still riding it out tough. Minute 10 showing here in the third. This would be huge for Indian Valley because they're next to, they're up at 2:15. You got Jackson Bircher coming.
And Socha's going to have to work here on bottom. Riggs is still riding tough.
Miller goes for the shot and pushes through line. Still going. Miller is in trouble.
And then now Miller looks like he's in position to find in trouble, and he's going to, oh my goodness. Oh! Miller's going to get a pen.
He got him.
Wow. Wow.
That's a way to cap it off.
Not too often you see the big boys roll around like that.
By the way, on the championship side, Riggs and Socha are going to go back up.
They got called Riggs for stalling there. I think they want Riggs to come off the hip a little bit. Work side to side here.
25.5 seconds. That's the most excited I've ever been to look away from a championship side
exactly,
to the consolation.
Right. Socha's gassed a little bit right here. He's got to find a burst of energy.
Riggs going to try to keep hold of that ankle and take him back down. He's still going to have, and now they want him to roll, and they're going to let him go.
So it's 2-1. Socha's needing a takedown. Riggs has a stalling call, so he can't.
Now he's got to be careful. They both got stalling, so they're both going to have to attack. 7 seconds. Riggs looks up at the clock. 3, 2, 1, and that will do it as Indian Valley picks up some more team points there.
That's going to make it 29-33. Big Red's going to lead 33-29. So now we're going up to Jackson Bircher here.
Jackson Bircher, I'm assuming that's Noah West who's bumping up for Steubenville because they did not have an 2:15.
Yeah, that would be my guess. And
West is going to be giving up some size here. $189.5 to, I'm assuming Bircher was at least close to the 2:15.
Somewhere?
We got it somewhere.
Bircher weighed in at 202.
There you go.
Bircher ranked 6th in the state, so this is one where if Bircher gets the win here, it's going to come down to the last match.
Yeah, it don't matter if it's a pin or if it's whatever type of fall.
Come down to
it'll come down to that last match. And Brent Smith didn't wrestle in the first one. They forfeited, and Hudson got a pin for Steubenville against West Holmes.
And this is one where if Bircher can get the fall, it'll set it up to where they'll lead.
If he can get the fall, it would set it up at a 2
okay,
point.
So 35.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking it would be a 6-point lead.
Right.
And then I was thinking maybe we'd get that criteria.
Mm-hmm. So that is going to be out the window, most likely. But we've seen crazier things happen, as we just saw over on the consolation match.
Yeah.
59-second showing here.
That was fun.
Unbelievable. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors today. Unified Insulation, Lutz, Body and Paint, Ron's Heating and Cooling, the T-County Boxing Academy, and Top Notch Auto. Again, the winner between Steubenville and Indian Valley. In this district duel, they will move on to the state duel, and let's just say this has been a swing of emotions back and forth because Indian Valley jumped out to a big lead early. Then it was Steubenville who battled back in the middleweights, and now Indian Valley, they got the huge win from Tristan Bryan. Then Caden Riggs picks up the nice decision. Now in these last 2 weights, Indian Valley's got the momentum on their side, but we know that Steubenville's got a heck of a lineup at the bottom too.
And what's crazy, I think last year it came down when it was the regional duels, it came down to Carrollton, Indian Valley, and it came down to like almost the last match where Indian Valley got a win to advance to the state duels last year.
Little blood time here for West. I think it's on his hand. Oh no, his elbow, I'm sorry.
Looks like they're going to wrap him up with some tape and gauze. And
you said Coach Warner texted us about the criteria, of course, from Claymont Wrestling. You should text him back and ask about the gauze on his head, how much that interfered with his wrestling. So as we wait here again, another update. In your team scores, you see on your board, on your screen right now, 33-29. Steubenville does have the lead. We're at 215, and we are going to have that 285, the heavyweight bout upcoming. So realistically, right here, depending on what happens with Steubenville, they could ice this one away, or Indian Valley here could take the lead. It's just a lot of different questions on how this is going to go.
And Bircher's going to start back neutral, give him the escape, kick him out, and get back to work on his feet here.
So it will be 2-1 in favor of Bircher.
He's in on a shot in position here to get a 2-point takedown.
I think he's just going, well, I thought maybe he was just going to go ahead and try to step over and roll him and grab that bar.
One of those ones I can't 100% see what's going on.
Well, take a look down here in front of us. That
helps. Okay. That's a little better angle.
There goes Bircher locking it in.
He's got a deep half in. He's
trying to step over.
Crank it over. And he's in position.
Good job by West so far, but he's got to keep walking
over the head.
Going to run out of time.
And I think we only got one swipe. No, we did get two. So there's 2 points by way of Bircher at the end of one. He'll take a 4-1 lead, or pardon me, 6-1 lead into the second.
And he's going to go back on his feet.
You can almost hear a pin drop in here at times now because everybody's attention has now turned to this mat.
It's one of those ones where, and even the next match is going to be.
Going to settle it with the big boys.
Exactly.
Bircher still looking for an opening.
Half shot in there by Bircher, kind of backing him up. He's going to probably he's going to end up getting. Steubenville wrestler's going to get hit for stalling here if you don't.
West caught himself in a bad position.
Bircher with a 2-point takedown.
He was going for a shot and he just kind of slipped, and I don't think he knew where he was.
Bircher leading 8-1 here with 1:10 here to go in the second period. There's that stalling call on West.
So the difference here for Bircher too, I mean, I know I don't have to tell him this, he's extremely accomplished, but he's very well aware of all the difference of depending on what he's able to do from here on out. Up by 7 points, what it's about to do for his team.
Yeah, he knows that. I mean, in these kind of matches, it's nerve-wracking because it's like I can't make a mistake, or you almost think you're losing the duel for your team, even though there's a lot more that goes into it.
Even though there were how many other matches that came before this.
But as a wrestler, you're going to still put that on yourself.
That's the competitive spirit, really. Still trying to go to work, dig that head into the side.
Bircher here trying to crunch him up. Looks like he was going to go for a cradle, but now he's posting. He's going to walk that head to the knee.
Gets his leg in between on
West.
He's got it locked up, and he does. And West breaks out. That was big.
I don't think he got any back points there either. Nope.
So that is 10 seconds showing here in the second. Does Bircher have one more move in him, or is he going to take things on to the third period? Looks like we are going to just ride it out on to then. And there it is. We head on to the third. 8-1 is the lead. We got more blood time as that gauze wrapping for West fell off.
I don't know much about the Steubenville heavyweight, but I'm just going to assume if you're a heavyweight and you're wrestling for Steubenville that you're probably playing football too.
Well, it's Bo Hudson, a sophomore, and I actually cannot remember. Might have to find that out for you.
Because I know Smith is a football player. These are the kind of football teams that you don't let walk the halls without saying.
Hey, you want to wrestle?
Exactly.
I can't. I'll be honest. I cannot remember Hudson's name coming up, but I'm not saying that he didn't.
Well, I could tell you here in a second because I still got my football stuff
you still
in my
have
backpack.
Look at that.
Hey, it's always football season for Shannon, right?
Well, actually, from the roster that I have, I do not see his name on there, which would be surprising.
Interesting.
He's a big kid standing down here in front talking to his coaching staff. He's getting ready. And Brent Smith for Indian Valley, who's coming up at heavyweight. We already know. Yes, he does. He does play for.
First-year wrestler, longtime football player.
So here we go in the third. 8-1. Bircher leads West. Bircher's got those heavy hands on top, too, where he just rips your head down, and it's almost impossible to
reshot in there by Bircher, and he's going to
just straight through.
It's going to give him a 10-1 lead.
So now we go into that major decision area, and you know what the next on the list for Bircher that he wants to check off here.
He's wanting that fall, and he's one of those ones where you're wrestling on the edge, and West can kind of use that to his advantage.
Well, Bircher's going to want to try to pull him back, but depending on what, I don't think he's really got the angle for that right now.
We got 1:15 to go here in the third. Bircher still riding tough.
He'll step over to the other side. I thought he was going to try to pull him that direction. Now he's gotten him a little bit better position.
He's trying to jerk it now to keep him over, trying to keep him in bounds. He's going to jump to the other side, and he's going to
trying to walk him around.
I think this is one of the. I think West is in position to get hit for another stalling call. He's kind of there.
It is. Well, he couldn't have timed that up any better.
Yeah.
So now 11-1 will be the lead for Bircher, but 45 seconds just showing. If he wants a tech
Bircher's
or
got
a
that
fall,
bar
he's
in.
going to have to walk now.
And he's going to run it, and he's got it deep. This is where he's going to get to the sides. Those big steps. He's going to come around the head.
And does he have it over?
He kind of gave a half.
West is fighting, and 2 swipes, 3, 4.
Bircher needs to sit that butt through there.
20 seconds.
Tighten it up a little bit.
Bircher, there it is. That is huge. Indian Valley will now take the 35-33 lead over Steubenville. But it all comes down to heavyweight as Jackson Bircher caps off a really nice bout against Noah West to give his team the lead.
And here we got Brent Smith for the Braves.
Bo Hudson for Steubenville.
And this is it. Winner of this match wins the duel.
This is how it's supposed to go, right?
This is.
Two offensive tackles.
Bo is, you were right then.
Yep, Bo's on.
All right. Bo, a little bit of the size advantage if you can't tell. Smith giving up about
239.
About 26, 27 pounds.
And if you want to be a good offensive lineman, join your wrestling team.
Exactly.
You want to understand how to push and move people? Just join your wrestling team. What a day this has been.
Both guys kind of filling each other out. Smith kind of trying to snap him down. Hudson trying to work underhooks here.
Did you happen to see how excited both sidelines got? One for Indian Valley capturing the lead, but Steubenville too, going up and hyping up Hudson, and they did the same thing to Smith.
Yeah,
you got to love seeing that.
This is what it's all about. Regardless of who wins this match, both sides are going to come unglued.
Still in that feeling out phase.
Smith trying to snap him around, trying to move him around a little bit.
Which again, with that weight disadvantage that Smith has over Hudson, that's going to be easier said than done.
Yeah.
However, when they are bigger than you, I mean, you can use momentum to your advantage if you can really take advantage of a misstep.
And Smith is a guy I've watched. I know he's a first-year wrestler, but I've seen him leg attack, and when he gets to a leg, he can cut that corner.
Well, he's really good, it seems. He's a little bit on the undersize in terms of height. He'll hang on your neck, too, and really wear you out.
Oh, yeah. And
and now the underhooks again. Hudson was going to
jack it up.
Yeah.
He's going to keep trying to jack it up, and Smith's
going to have to break out of it, but I don't know how. He's just going to have to keep walking. Now in deeper, and there's the stalling. Hudson trying. 24 seconds.
Hudson's going to keep trying to jack this up. Smith needs it.
Smith trying to drop his head, and he's going to get nailed for a point here in a second.
He's walking him out of bounds.
Smith trying to walk back in, so that was good. And there goes Hudson. He's got Smith down. There's the fall. Hudson secures the win for Big Red, who will move on to the state duel. Wow.
And that's kind of how we expected both sides. Steubenville's, their fan base and their wrestlers are going wild.
39-35 will be your final team score. Indian Valley comes up short.
That lived up to the hype.
It absolutely did. What a day for wrestling that we have had. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors who brought this to you. Ron's Heating and Cooling, T-County Boxing Academy, Unified Insulation, Lutz Auto and Body, and Top Notch Auto. As it is Steubenville who wins 39-35, and the consolation side, 42-32 was the win for West Holmes over New Philadelphia. Leading up into that, Shannon Thomas, I think you wrote down team scores, which I did not, but obviously Steubenville getting the win against.
Yes, Steubenville picked up the win over West Holmes 47-25. Indian Valley picked up the win 46-24 over New Philly to go to the final. And Steubenville comes out on top in the final 38-35. Quick recap, 106. Bronco Braun gets the win for Indian Valley with a pin. Albright at 113 for Indian Valley wins 12-4. 120. Niall Abiel gets the win for Indian Valley, 14-2. Leroy Stegau with the win for Indian Valley at 126 with a pin. So they went on a run early, and then Steubenville came in with their run at 132. Charlie Abbott got the pin. Kyle Beedling at 138 got the pin. Cooper Smith at 144 got the pin. 150, Brady Suckash got the pin. 157, Xavier Falk, 10-1. 160, Landon Crozier got the pin for Steubenville. And then Indian Valley went back on a run for 3 matches with Tristan Bryan getting a huge win at 175, trailing 8-0. And then he gets the pin. Caden Riggs for Indian Valley at 190, 2-1. Jackson Bircher at 215 for Indian Valley picks up the pin. And as you just seen at heavyweight, 285, Bo Hudson of Steubenville picked up the win to cap it off for Steubenville to qualify for the state dual championships next week at New Lexington.
This is why we pay him the big bucks. He kept all of that, all of that down.
And I was going to say, just a little update from the upper part of this bracket. Carrollton's an area team that we, unfortunately, we were hoping that they were going to be able to be here, but they changed the thing. They're in the championship in their bracket. They're leading 24-5 over Miami Trace right now up at 138 pounds.
Carrollton, one of those teams that, in terms of that state duel, keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
We'll just put it that way. That will pretty much do it as Steubenville advances 39-35 over Indian Valley. Thank you again for tuning in and joining us for some wrestling action from Z Country. Thanks to all of our sponsors. And thanks to the Claxon Communications crew today of Casey Claxon, Logan McPeek, and Logan Zollers. For Blaze McMorrow and Shannon Thomas, I am Nick McWilliams. Be sure to check us out and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be back at a gymnasium near you soon. You can also find us on Facebook for an update of where our coverage will take us next. So long for now, and have a great weekend, Z Country.
Thanks for watching this Claxon Communications production of high school sports on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. For the latest news and scores, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter at @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. Don't miss any of the live stream coverage all season long by simply subscribing for free to Big Z Sports on our YouTube channel. For the best in high school sports coverage, there is only one Big Z Sports.